To me, it looked like a leprechaun to me. I want to know where the gold at. Give me the gold. I want the gold. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Ben Woods, 97.3, The Fan, one of our favorite days of the year. Oh, it makes me so happy. We get to play the greatest audio ever assembled for the medium in which we work, in my opinion. Welcome in, Ben Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Paulie, my mic sounds a little weird. Can you hear any difference? It's very tinny. Did I not mute? I probably didn't mute. No, I'm muted. Nothing? Okay. Maybe
Sounds
it's just
normal
me.
to me.
It's weird as hell, dude. Hello?
I mean,
Everything sounds. It looks normal. All right,
Looks
just
normal.
listen. People come in here, they get screwy with stuff. They start messing around with levels and things like that. It just sounds a little odd. This may be the phase out period for me. That could be happening. Let's just slowly drive him into madness so that he quits. The old pig vomit move, right? Stranger things have happened in our business, certainly. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reinl. He's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, right here. It's already starting. You look blurry. Yeah, my camera's jacked. Something's amiss here, fellas. Look at me. I'm blurry. Something is amiss. Very odd. The timing of it is super odd.
Maybe you started with the green beer a little too early this
I
morning.
didn't look at the thing. Look at your
I'm
feed.
kidding. You look blurry, and
Yeah. My
honestly, I
mic
hate to-
sounds weird.
I hate to reinforce your madness, but I think the microphones sound just a touch weird. as well.
Thank you. It's not just me. All right. We are in currently the
but nothing
phase
that's
out
going
period.
to stop you from doing a show. I can hear you. You can hear me.
It just makes
the
it
audience
sound
can
worse.
hear me. I don't think anyone listening is really going to notice a difference, but I do support your theory that it sounds a little bit different.
Somebody in the chat said maybe it was a leprechaun. It could have been. You know that they like to get in and start messing around with wires and stuff.
Playing tricks on this St. Patrick's Day.
There's a guy that works here that reminds me a bit of a leprechaun. You know who it is. Ben Higgins is Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning.
Now we got to give him a pass, I guess,
To me,
because
it looked like a leprechaun to me.
we walked in this morning, and I have my green A's hat on. Got
One of the only green articles of clothing that is at all appealing.
A hat?
Honestly, an A's hat.
This hat. I love this hat. So
That
much.
is a good hat.
It's a good hat.
I would say
the Kelly green.
I'd say like 90% of green clothing is unappealing and unattractive.
When did they
I'm
go
with you.
back to the the Kelly green?
So they
because
I
mean they've always had it, but they used to have like the darker like a forest,
Hunter, yeah, like your
forest
hat.
green.
Your
yeah,
hat
more,
with
more
a
like
yellow
this.
A.
That used to be their main color, but this colorway looks so good.
This is for Taylor's baseball team, his rookies team. They're the A's, and when we got the uniforms, I went, oh yes, yellow jersey and the Kelly green lid. So I didn't want. They send out hats for the coaches. They don't fit me. They're just I go out and buy my own. So I've bought my own for every. That surprises no one, by the way. I've bought my own for every team I've ever coached. And one day I will line them all up and look and say, holy crap, I coached a lot of teams, and that will be a fun moment. But when I saw that we were in the Kelly green, I just went and bought this online, and I go, this is just perfect. It's a perfect color. I feel good in it. It looks cool when you wear it. And so I don't know. If I'm the A's, I rock this all the time. I don't think twice. The Hunter green, I probably bury, and I roll with the Kelly green and yellow all the time. Now, I came in, Paulie's in green. He's got green in his shirt. He's got a green hat on. Old boy came over here in some muted blues and grays today.
So I forgot again, I think for the 9th year running. I at some point yesterday, around 1:00 in the afternoon, I thought, oh, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. And I thought, do I have any green clothing? And I thought, wait, hold on. A tier 1 gave me a Masters polo that's green. I'll wear that tomorrow. And then I never thought about it again. When I got up this morning, I thought,
totally
it's
forgot.
Tuesday. St. Patrick's Day was the furthest thing from my mind. And I just got dressed in the dark as I normally do. So I came in without green. But when I got here, fortunately, sitting here in the studio, this lovely reversible San Diego Gulls bucket hat was available to me, and I took advantage of it to promote one of our local teams who's fighting for an AHL playoff spot at the moment. And I get to cover my bases with an article of green clothing.
You really, I mean, you got to give him a pass, right? Like
the only reason I give him a pass, anybody else, that's cheating.
A pinch.
You're just getting your way out.
There's
of
no
it.
cheating.
I really want
you
to.
either are wearing green or you're not.
Here's why you get a pass. Here's why you get a pass, because you would probably wear that on any other day as well.
It's fair.
Yeah,
I would
that's true.
walk the dog in this or
in a heartbeat.
Like if you had one of those hats at home and just wore that in, and
why not?
It would make sense. So I will let it slide. No pinch.
Thank you. It doesn't matter though if you.
It does. You get pinched
If you put on a pin that's green at work, it just all you have to have is
some green. That's the rule.
Somewhere on your
right.
person.
If I was
that
gonna
satisfies the requirement.
If I was going to pinch you, I should have just pinched you right when you sat down. I could have.
Everybody, you could have.
I could have.
Then I put on the green hat.
That's
and now
right.
I'm good. Everybody has to get their green clothing somewhere.
Somehow.
Sometimes it's in your closet. Sometimes it's sitting on a table at work, and you just throw it on when you get there.
I will admit, as I was leaving this morning, my wife's like, "You have no green on," and I go, "All right, okay, whatever." She's like, "No, you have to." And I go, "All right, fine." So I went in. I have a green sweatshirt, but it doesn't match these pants.
I don't have much green.
I know. I don't have a ton.
It's not.
I'm a Notre Dame
in
fan.
My closet.
I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I don't have a ton of green either, man. I go with the gold and the blue, you know.
I have like a couple of like maybe teal, aqua type colors where you're like, that's greenish. But
it's this one works because we have a game tonight. My 5th game coaching in 5 days. It's just absurd at this point.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank
on your
you.
Official victory in game 1 of the season last night.
I can still feel my heart beating. We walked off a team yesterday that we gave up 4 runs in the top of the inning to lose, to be down a run. It was excruciating. And then when we got to the 9th, if you will, I'm coaching first base, and I looked down at my watch, and my heart rate was 106. And I went, hey, it's just, let's relax. It's Little League. Just chill out. It's all good. Let's see what they're made of. Let's see if they can come back. And they did. They came back and won, and it was awesome. It was so much fun to watch. A kid I consider my nephew hit a walk-off after my son has tied it. And it was just incredible. It was so much fun.
Were you worried that you were going to have to deal with angry parents if you had lost the first game?
Not
or anything?
at all. You couldn't ask for a better group of parents. I mean, everyone is just so great, and they let us coach their kids. They're like, hey, you can kick his ass if you want to. If you need to get in there, then get in there. Like, coach him. Which is great because that's how we roll, and it's just been so much fun, and they're so awesome. And the kids, I just was so happy for them. They jumped on their buddy, celebrated. It was awesome. It was a really fun night. Very proud of them, and it was great. Yes, and for those asking, of course, Bo played. I got home yesterday. I told the story that he didn't go to school yesterday. He wasn't feeling well, and it's not a rule I had ever established before as a parent. I'm sure at 8 years old, he knows the delineation, like of fun activities that are a privilege and then things that I have to do every day. But I assumed that. And I got home and I go, how you feeling? He goes, feel great. I go, okay. Didn't go to school. Just didn't feel good this morning. I go, okay. Half day. So I said, all right, man. Well, just so you know, the next time, if you stay home from school, you can't play sports that night. Make sense? He goes, yes. I go, okay, deal. But you feel good enough to play? He goes, yeah. I go, you still want to pitch? He goes, yeah. I go, great. So he comes out. The opposing coach, he goes, oh, I guess you let him play, huh? I go, yeah. We hammered out the rules before he's a listener. And so he played, he pitched, he did great, threw up 2 zeros.
So he was probably one of the differences between a loss and a win.
Yeah, for sure. You okay? Yes.
Get it out.
Yes.
He was.
Okay.
RFK. He was a difference in a loss and a win.
Ben FK.
Ben FK.
Show starts very early.
It's very early. So he did. I've realized about him. I'm like, hey man, do you realize that you don't have to pitch with the bases loaded and get out of it every time? You can just get the guys out in order. I'm like, do you like pitching with your feet to the fire? And it just works out that way. And he gets out of it and did his job, got 2 zeros, and it was a lot of fun. And I love it. It's just my favorite thing, man.
He likes the added pressure. He likes putting the pressure on the other kids at the plate.
He likes putting the pressure on his old man. It's a long game of giving me a heart attack. But it was awesome, dude. It's the best. It's my favorite thing in the world. And as I've told you before, and I'll reiterate, if I could make the money that I make here doing that for a living, that's what I would do. In a heart, I would coach Little League professionally. I love it.
I'm glad that you like it so much.
I don't like it. I love it.
I'm glad. Not every parent does.
Oh, I love
obviously.
it. I love it.
And that's why sometimes it's so hard to find enough coaches for Little League. But they're lucky that they've got you because you take it seriously, but you also have some perspective, which I think is that's the most important thing about Little League coaching.
You have to have perspective.
But you can't not take it seriously either. Because
there are coaches like that too.
Kids know when parents aren't taking something seriously. Yeah. And if you don't take it seriously,
why would they?
They won't take it seriously. Yeah. They won't try. They won't put their best effort in. So you need to do that, but then you need to draw the line. But it's not the be all end all, most important thing in the world. You have to have perspective about each game.
Man, it's looking down at my watch going, oh, that's way high. I was nervous. And I had to like look at that for a second. And I did. I saw 106 and I thought to myself, hey man, relax. It's a Little League game. This is not life or death. But then I realized, like I play enough baseball. I've played enough baseball. This has never been for me realizing my dreams because I was never good. So it wasn't like, man, I'm going to live through you guys. It's more of like, I see how hard you guys work. I see how coachable you are. I see how much effort you put in. I want it for you. I don't care. I don't want it for me. I don't need we're 1-0, like BFD, dude. I've won plenty of games. I had plenty of success. I just want it for them. And I see how much they wanted it and how engaged and stuff. The other team had kids laying down in the outfield. And I'm looking at that going, yeah, we need to win this game. There's kids out laying down in the outfield. I'm like, that's not going to fly. So I want it for you guys. You deserve it. You've worked hard. And then they got it. And it was so special.
So this is essentially the first game of the first level of kid pitch. Yeah. So
and I love it.
The very bottom beginning rung of a journey that I've seen the end of personally. I've been to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I know, and I worry, I mean, you probably won't ever make it. Right. But when you get there, if this was stressful and this had your heart rate going,
I can't even imagine.
Imagine a stadium absolutely loaded with fans, a hillside packed, television cameras all over the place.
Carl Ravitch up there
calling the games, press conferences before and after every game where you go and sit and talk to the media, the travel that goes along with it and coordination with everything. It gets so incredibly high level in the next 4 years, depending on how far you make it.
Yeah.
And you're just starting this journey.
Well, it's like I told Bo last night. We were lying in bed and, I told him how proud I am of him always, not just for success on the baseball field, but I said, I go, look, the cool thing is we're learning this together. Like I go, how did I do tonight? He goes, you did great. Because sometimes I can wear him or them out, right? Like too much instruction, too much positivity. Sometimes less is more. So I'm working on that. But I asked him, how did I do? He goes, you did great. And I go, great. So did you. And I said, the cool thing is, man, is like, I've only got 4 or 5 of these under my belt too. We're both growing up in this together. So we'll learn from each other. It was really special. He was incredibly moved. I gave him the game ball and he jumped in my arms. It was really a sweet moment. So I love it. Can't wait to get back out there tonight. Somebody's asking me if I would coach the TOC team. I don't know what that is. What is
Tournament of Champions, or maybe I don't know the All-Star team at the end.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the year, if they ask me to?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Usually that goes to more experienced parent coaches.
Yeah,
I mean, been in the program for a few years, but
whatever they need me to do, I am willing to do because I love it. I love it as much as I've ever loved anything.
So I actually got to coach accidentally when my brother's was in All-Stars when he was 12 and I was 16. I helped out for the All-Star team. My dad was the assistant coach.
Yep.
But and they advanced, like they went, I think, through one tournament and they were like moving on. You have to win like 6 tournaments to get to Williamsport. But whatever, I forget what it was, but they had a wedding or something to go to, and he had to miss the game. So I moved up to be the official assistant coach for the All-Stars, which was pretty cool. We took it
the best
really seriously, and it's a 16-year-old. But then apparently he didn't know that the rules, once you've left coaching, you can't come back. So for the remainder of the tournament, I think it was only another game or so, I remained the assistant coach, and my dad had to watch instead.
It's so fun, man.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high intensity and pretty. The pressure gets intense.
When I was a kid in Seattle, we were 2 wins away from like qualifying to get to fly down to San Bernardino, which is like just 1 or 2 steps before Williamsport.
1 step before Williamsport. Yeah.
I mean, we ended up losing to a really good team.
Yeah.
I think they made it to Williamsport, so that was kind of cool. But like, just to be there at 12 years old and be like, all right, if we win the next 2 games, we get to get on an airplane and go to California, San Bernardino. I hear it's glorious. We didn't know anything about it. It's not. It's San Bernardino.
I've been there too.
But when you're up in Washington your whole life, you're like, oh, it sounds amazing. Oh, can we go to Ontario, California too?
Yeah.
But, never made it.
Again, I'm pretty happy just being where we are now and coaching both. It's a blast. It's so much, and the things that you hear. My catcher was in full gear, and he goes, "Am I catching first?" And I looked at him. I go, "What do you think?" He goes, "Yes." I go, "Yeah." Hey guys, sometimes you don't have to ask every question that pops into your mind. Another kid on the bench, he's like, "I just want to go home. I hate playing defense." I'm like, I know. I can see your body language when you play defense. I wear them out, dude. It is the ball breaking that goes on between me and a bunch of 8 and 9-year-olds really is priceless. I really should be mic'd up because it's really funny. You hear some of the wildest in pregame, like, all right, guys, let's go out. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's swing fast. Hand goes up. What? Do you know what I did in school today? No, and I don't care. Not even a little. Get your head in the game right now. It is so much fun, and you just hear the wildest stuff that you've ever heard. It's just hysterical. Steven, look, there's birds. I'm like, one kid the other day, Steven, coach, what? There's poop out here in the outfield. I go, so what? So what?
Someone should pick that up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's important.
It's so legendary.
You don't want to have to go around it as you're tracking down
just don't step
a ball in the gap or something.
But then 3 of the kids surround it like they've never seen a dog turd before in the outfield. It's just like it's just incredible.
Pick up after your dogs at the Little League field, people.
Yeah, please do.
Come on.
Please do. It's so much fun, man. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy. So happy.
I'm starting to get a little nervous down to the last couple of days. I picked up my solution that I need to consume tomorrow evening when I get home.
So today is Tuesday.
This is my last day of eating.
The colonoscopy is on
Thursday morning.
He already has you on Miralax.
Yes, I'm on day 2, 3 of Miralax.
How's that going?
Not really doing anything.
Just a ramp up.
Yeah.
Which should make you nervous. If you're pounding Miralax and nothing's happening.
I'm making my normal movements that I usually
You don't have to ever say it like that again. You don't have to play that. Both of those things are extremely frowned upon. Okay? Both of them. Yours was wrong and his was wrong. You were both wrong this morning. Okay?
Not doing it on the Little League field.
That's true. That's true. So you start your solution what time tomorrow?
6 p.m., they said.
Tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I get home from Channel 10.
And then am I covering the show solo Thursday or not?
I will join you either remotely in the beginning of the show from my bathroom, or if I'm feeling particularly good, then I will come in at 6 a.m. because I have to get up again at 3:30 and consume the second half of the solution.
Just stay at home and jump on. Okay. Because I want to know how the night went. Play by play.
So wait,
will you make the tally marks on how many times you had to go? Like like you're in prison?
So the thing is late Thursday morning. So you will not be able to eat after when?
tomorrow I can't eat at all. 24 hours before. So
Just Jell-O and stuff.
yeah, just
the broth,
clear liquids.
clear fatty broth.
Today is my last day eating.
And while you're not eating, you're going to be in the bathroom every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not until after 6 p.m.
Not
That,
But still,
yeah.
You got to give it about an hour.
My
And then
man-
you're like, this actually isn't too bad.
my man's going to come back on Monday or whatever with a beach bod.
Yeah, you will. I mean, listen, in a pinch, if you had to crash diet for like, I got to lose 10 pounds before my wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah, make weight for
You know,
wrestling.
we got the weigh-in coming in. This is what they do. Like they spit in a cup. They do the whole system flush, get it all out. And then they can gain it back right before the fight.
I was friends with wrestlers in high school, and those dudes were psychotic. They're
Oh, yeah.
running around in trash
yeah.
bags, spitting in cups. I forgot about the spitting. To cut weight,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know,
Anything.
and just literally in trash bags, like jogging, running, sprinting, doing anything they could to make weight. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
And then isn't it with like fighters?
Yeah.
You have to cut down to make weight. You got to just lose everything you can.
Yep.
And then if you make weight, then you have what, 48 hours
To
till the fight?
Pack some of it
And then
back
you like
on.
try to throw it all back on
Yeah.
as quick as you can.
Yeah, man, it was. It's something else.
I mean, what's really disturbing, and you were just talking about your youth sports experience when my son played Pop Warner, and he was 8. It's weight classes, and he was one of the bigger kids. He was playing already with older kids because he was bigger, and he had to be careful because they'd weigh in like at 5 a.m. when they get there, and coach would have him like sprinting back and forth to try to lose some last weight at the last second so they could make the weigh-in before the game, and they had to do it every Saturday morning.
that is horrible.
It's horrible.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Cutting weight at 8 years old. Don't know that that's healthy.
I don't think so either.
I really don't.
There's
know.
a reason why he didn't continue.
Yeah, that would have been enough to get me. Imagine if I had I'm like the little leaguers. I'm like, oh, you can't pitch tonight. You're 3 pounds too heavy to go out and pitch. You need to start running some sprints. It's nuts, man. But no, I'm excited that you get this thing done. I'm sweating it a little bit, the pickup on Thursday, because my son has half days and he's out at 12:40. Are you going to be done? I don't want to rush you along either.
They said 2.5 hours after check-in, which is at 9, so I should be done by 11:30.
Okay, I should be able to time it out and pick you up from your colon.
Unless the doctor's late or something.
Yeah,
I have to
which
wait,
could
which is
be.
possible, but
Yeah. All right.
I mean, literally, I live a
What-
quarter mile from the.
Should
I
hoof-
could
you should
stag-
hoof it.
I could stagger my way back if I had to. Just text my mom.
Gown. All right,
Text
I'll
my
your
mom; she'll come get me
Okay.
if you, for some reason, cannot.
Ben's in
Okay.
a gown with his ass hanging out, and he's just walking down El Camino Real. Help me!
Oh, it's so good. All right, let's get cranked up. We got some baseball news.
We do.
Not all
We
of
do.
it good. by the way.
No, we will start by talking some Padres. When we come back, it is mostly official, according to Craig Stammen. Joe Musgrove will start the season on the injured list. What does that mean for the Padres rotation? What does that mean for the Padres season? We will talk about that, and we will set the menu for the St. Patrick's Day Tuesday edition of Ben and Woods. Do not go anywhere, Tier 1's. Glad to have you with us on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This.
The WBC final is set. It will be tonight. We will talk about that coming up. Venezuela against the United States. Talk a little bit about last night's semifinal. Italy had the lead, had their chances, could not hold on. Venezuela rallies in the 7th inning for 3 runs, 4-2 win, and they will move on to the first ever final in Venezuela WBC history to take on the team that was favored to win it at the beginning, but now has felt like more of an underdog, at least the last game or so against Dominican Republic. Back to the
No, they were the favorite.
Against the DR?
Yep.
Really?
They were the favorite. That's not, and everybody playing the underdog, it was very Dodgers-esque. Everyone was like, oh, there's no way. Like, they were always the favorite.
I felt very confident DR was going to win that game.
I didn't feel very confident. I felt that
they should have won that game.
They should have won that game. They had plenty of traffic on late in the game and had their opportunities against Team USA's bullpen. But then once you saw Whitlock, knowing Miller was behind him, you went, all right, that's church. That's how it should be for the San Diego Padres this year. You know what I mean? The old 7-inning game. You get a lead after 7, you should lock those down 90% of the time.
We'll talk about that. And I don't know want to call it a controversy, but it's certainly blown up nationally about whether or not Mason Miller is available for tonight's game. Craig Stammen was a bit wishy-washy about it, said it'll depend on how
I had not heard
how Mason Miller feels. I guess it always depends on how your pitcher feels.
Well,
if he's going to be available for a game.
You said this morning, and I'm like, again, I was coaching semi late last night, and I got home and I saw the end of the internet on Twitter before I went to bed, and I didn't see any of this. I didn't see any when I woke up this morning.
It's one of the top headlines on ESPN. Padres say Miller's availability for WBC final TBD.
Wow. Okay.
So,
okay.
I guess. I mean, it's not like they didn't have a day off yesterday. He wouldn't be pitching back-to-back days.
It says so. Craig says not ruled out. Not decided. How we do with every pitcher, we evaluate them after their outing, see how they feel, and calculate when their next outing is going to be. So he's in that same boat. It's a closer that threw 22 pitches with a day off in between. Look, you guys handled Mason Miller the way you feel you need to. It's no skin off my back either way, whoever wins tonight. I think his health is more important. It makes me I feel a little kind of uneasy that it's even in question. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, I'm like, what?
Because it's totally normal.
It's totally normal.
So why wouldn't he be available?
What would have been the plan if he was in spring training this week? Don't they usually do like maybe even a back-to-back in the final week of spring training just to
they said that for closers.
To it for a closer? Like you're going to have to do it next week possibly.
And he doesn't have to do it now.
If
I would
the first
expect like
2
Monday,
games are close.
Like Sunday off Monday, throw Tuesday, and then maybe later in the week you go Friday, Saturday back-to-back or something.
It makes me feel a little queasy that it's even in question. Like did something nothing.
Is he good?
He's good. Is he good? Is Mason Miller good?
It looks good.
He looks phenomenally great. So again, probably much ado about nothing. My guess is that if they have a lead in the 9th inning tonight, they're going to Mason Miller with a day of rest in between after throwing only 22 pitches. So
not if Craig Stammen says that he can't.
I guess if Craig Stammen says, you know what? Let's not.
Talk to our guys. We would like him to be down today,
which is absolutely 1,000% in their rights to do. Like they can absolutely do that. And Mason Miller would need to understand, even though, he said I'm ready. Like I'm ready to jam. So it's just weird. Yeah. Is that, are they just literally just making up controversy like Dub J says?
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, they need something to talk about going into the game. And since Craig Stammen was kind of non-committal, gave them an avenue to create a story where maybe one doesn't exist. I've got a theory. We'll talk about it coming up probably in our 7:00 hour, a little bit more about tonight's championship game at 7:20. We'll get to Don't Do This. There are the Don't Do This Hall of Famers that we expect in this segment. The guys like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, he's Mount Rushmore.
Always. maybe the least expected don't do this guy from
Oh.
our profession that I would have shocked yesterday.
From our profession.
I had
profession.
to figure out what happened. I think I know what you're
You
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking about?
You
We'll have that
think
coming
I
up
know
at
what you're talking
7:20.
about.
You both have titillated me
I hope
to
so.
no end.
And then if everyone's wondering, at 7:35, Paulie's scheduled our annual St. Patrick's Day tradition. Yes, we will play our favorite audio from St. Patrick's Day, about 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I think. 20
Was it 20 years ago
today.
today? This is the
Yeah.
anniversary. This is amazing. Yes, the news report from a suburb of Mobile, Alabama. Crichton, Alabama.
Yeah. It's the best.
Be a crackhead.
I defy you. I defy you to find better audio than this news story. I defy you.
In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play a little Take on Woods for a chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas.
Give
with
me
the
the
Fountain
gold.
Blue.
I want the gold.
Yeah.
We want the gold.
Every
You can
day.
play Take on Woods. You can win the gold. 8:35, Spring Training Sammy will join us.
You say the gold?
He said Doug Gold.
Spring Training Sammy will join us, talk Padres baseball. From Peoria, Arizona, all guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And then on our 9 o'clock hour, we'll have the Rondo Report, look more ahead to the WBC final, and get you to 10 o'clock. That's what we've got on the program today. Let's check traffic, though, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the Padres, Joe Musgrove's status, and yesterday's game. Nice win for the Padres and a nice performance by Walker Buehler. Did he lock up one of the spots in the starting rotation? We'll talk about that next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Kent Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Just a couple things to watch out for. Northbound 15 before Friars Road, reports of a stalled SUV in the slow lane. And getting reports of a crash in the East County now. Westbound 8 right before West Main Street. Couple vehicles in the fast lane. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Anthony in our chat says the radio show before ours, I assume that's Drake Tolles on Westwood 1, did a segment of the Padres being un-American if they don't make, or I assume let, Mason Miller pitch tonight. Un-American Padres.
Wank noise.
Fake story, I think.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. First,
Yes,
though,
Craig Stammen, the un-American man that he is, I'm sure.
Speaking of
the
Craig-
the guy that probably hates the troops, right? Like, come on.
speaking of Craig Stammen, he finally acknowledged what was starting to become pretty obvious, considering he hasn't pitched in a game since March 4th. Here was the update on Joe Musgrove's status just 9 days from opening day.
So on Joe, does he start on the IL? What's the plan on that?
Yeah, he's most likely going to start on the IL this year. I mean, it's, we're getting to the point where he's taking enough time off that it'd be hard to ramp him up, to get him to be a viable starter that can throw 5 innings, 90 pitches. So, like I said, this was part of the plan.
Right.
And we knew he was going to have to take some time off. We knew we were going to have to, get him ready for the entire season and not just opening day.
What's it do to your rotation?
Well, we've got a lot of depth. We've got a lot of competition here in spring training. It's been fun to watch, and guys are competing for spots. We'll miss Joe at the beginning, but we're going to have Joe at some point during the season.
So when do you pick spots?
When do what?
When do you pick spots in your rotation?
Well, we'll probably pick spots probably the day before opening day.
You wait that long?
Oh, yeah, we'll wait all the way until we have to make a decision. I think it's probably smart to wait as long as you can to make decisions because you never know what could happen in between that time period. So we're going to be smart, we're going to be patient, and we're going to try to make the best decision we can make with all the information.
That was before yesterday's game. Then Walker Buehler went out and threw 5 shutout innings, striking out 7 against the San Francisco Giants. Now, wasn't the best Giants lineup, but I thought, that Walker Buehler went out and earned himself a spot in the starting rotation yesterday. Craig Stammen afterwards did not go that far. He said, yeah, I mean, it's not, he's not facing the lineup that he would face on opening day. We're going to continue to, keep everybody in the mix. But Wouldn't you be surprised now at this point if Walker Buehler isn't one of the starters, at least to open the season for the Padres? I would. I think he's in.
I think he's in too. I thought, again, the velo is not, he talks about it all the time. 93, 94, but I can do things with the baseball that can help me get outs. Great. Like, here we are all coming around to Walker Buehler being a big part of this rotation in the year 2026. Not like any of us planned it, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. And I'd say the starting pitching for the San Diego Padres, I don't want to go so far as to say desperate, but it's concerning. It's mildly concerning at this point. Now, again, we don't know what we're going to see. We don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea of a crystal ball. It's not how you would have set it up. In a perfect world, Joe would have been ready to go and would have been your third starter this year. And that's not going to happen now through no fault of his own. I did see people being pretty cruddy to Joe yesterday. Hard for me because I've looked that dude in the eye many times. And he went out and pitched knowing he was going to get hurt. He went out and pitched for this team. So I don't know how you look at a guy like that and really have anything disparaging to say about him at all. And he's injured. He's not lazy. He's injured. He's not on drugs. He's injured, and it's not the rehab. He's not where he needs to be yet. Now, it's the difference, the stark difference. We've talked about it a billion times. If this is the Dodgers or, any other team replete with starting pitchers, you're like, this is actually a great thing. That is the difference in the haves and the have-nots, I guess, if you will. This hurts our rotation. This puts us back. This sets us back a little bit.
I do think when Stammen says this is kind of all part of the plan, he's not just saying that to tamp down worries. If you think about it, Joe is 2 years. He's right now 1.5 years removed from surgery. By the end of the season, he's going to be 2 years removed from the surgery. He's going to get stronger likely as the season goes on. So if you're going to be careful with Joe, and they were always going to be careful with him, they were never going to ask him to throw, 215 innings this year. It makes sense to be more careful at the beginning part of the year, save as many innings as you can so you can be more aggressive when he's feeling better later in the year as he gets further away from the surgery, gets more into that normal pitching routine. You have a strong August, September, October. This may not be the only time Joe takes a break during the first half of the season. Yeah, I can see very much another stint on the IL, end of May, early June, just to save some innings if he does feel like, the arm is a little tired again, that this would be the time to do it in the first half of the year so he's stronger in the second half of the year.
Ben Journo says in the chat, all the talk about him pitching in last year's playoffs was a complete lie. They were willing to have him have his arm basically fall off to pitch in the postseason. I don't think it was a complete lie. I think, honestly, like, knowing that dude, they were pretty non-committal about it. But he was the one that was like, I might be able to go. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get the sense it was something nefarious at all. He remember, he was like, if I'm ready, I want to pitch.
I never got the sense that it was really ever that close to happening.
Me neither. It was something to just kind of
something to talk about, but I wouldn't hold that against him or the team or anybody, because I don't think it was ever going to happen.
Yeah. And again, I think, I wanted to smoke the copium bowl yesterday and tweet out like, finally we're playing 4D chess with some of our starters. But I know that that's not the case. If Joe Musgrove was healthy and feeling great, he'd be in the rotation. We're not doing any of this manipulation.
And keep in mind, we haven't heard any word, and I don't think that there has been. He hasn't gone back to like a doctor for an exam. No, they're not getting any imaging or anything. He's healthy. He's just tired. The arm is tired and just not recovering because he hasn't used it much in the last year and a half, and it takes time to build it back up.
Didn't bounce back like he wanted.
There hasn't been one hint of like a setback or, so far it's so good. Like Bill asked, are we looking 30-day or 60-day stint? I really think we're looking at a 10 or 15 days what the pitchers get to start the season. I don't think he's going on the 60-day injured list for 2 months.
I don't think you can speculate. You have no idea. We have no idea. Well, I mean, all we know is that
I'm not speculating. Craig Stammen just said, I don't think we have time to ramp him up enough to start opening day. That makes it sound like he's probably a few days away from starting to throw again. He's not. They're not shutting him down for weeks and weeks. They want him to start throwing again very soon.
Yeah, they do. But
they just don't think they can get him built up in time for the opening week of the season.
For sure. But they do want him. But remember, he hasn't thrown since when? March 4th?
4th was his only game against Great Britain.
Okay.
So that was
he
2 weeks ago.
hasn't thrown since March 4th.
Week and a half.
The next time he throws, then you're going to have to see how he feels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days after that. Then he's going to have to throw again. And then you're going to have to see how he feels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days after that. Then maybe even one more time.
Right.
And he still hasn't pitched in an actual competitive game. I mean, look, there's very few guys on the planet that I root for harder than Joe. And Joe wants to be there. So he'll be back when he's ready. My guess, I would say like May. But that's fine, man. Can you hold it down until Joe Musgrove gets back? And again, it's Joe Musgrove. He was going to be your third starter, a guy that you need around the club, a guy that you need around the pitching staff. He'll be there, and so that's good. But other than that, man, like somebody's going to have to step up. Next man up. Offense is going to have to carry us for a little while as our pitching is a little bit banged up. So it's fine.
Which means you don't need just Walker Buehler, but you probably need someone else at this point.
Yeah.
And while Walker Buehler has stepped up and impressed, no one else has really shown you consistent performance, including today's starter, German Marquez, who's going to bounce back from one. I do too. I feel like it's an important one for him.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you're going to have to choose someone, if everyone struggles, German Marquez probably has the inside track, simply because no one else is taking it away from him and he's got a major league deal to start the season. That's the last thing you want is by default, you pick the worst, the least worst of the group as your fifth starter. You'd like to see someone actually grab the bull by the horns. Kyle Hart has pitched well, but he looks like he's more of a swing guy, long guy in the bullpen rather than a starter. JP Sears has been up and down. Griffin Canning's not going to be ready probably until May or June, even though he's throwing. So it's German Marquez's job to lose.
Pretty much
at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And especially with Sears having that option. If you're JP Sears, you're like, I don't know.
I will throw in Matt Waldron. Now, they expect him to start the year on the IL, but he's back today. He's going to pitch after Marquez, and he looked really good. And, it's funny. I forgot to mention when I was playing at the GOAT on Saturday morning, playing with a guy who played college baseball in Nebraska with Matt Waldron.
No kidding.
Said, yeah, we're buddies.
That's awesome.
He said, he's really good guy, obviously. I said, yeah, it's too bad about his surgery. He goes, yeah, why did Craig Stammen say it that way? That was really weird.
Which means he heard that from
Matt
Waldron.
Yeah,
that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Wasn't it on like People magazine or something too? Like Padres pitcher has butt drain. It went everywhere.
Were standing like 5 feet away doing our show when Craig Stammen said that. Yeah,
what the hell is going on over there? Something apparently just went down over there.
Yeah, that listen. Obviously, our best goes out to Joe Musgrove. He is a competitor. He's San Diego through and through. Let's reserve the slander for other people than Joe, who really wants to be back and he won't do anything to be out there pitching for this team.
I would say that surprises me that happened, but
nothing should shock you anymore when it comes to fandom. It just shouldn't.
Other news.
You would think like if anybody on the team could be immune from that, it was Joe Musgrove.
Nobody's immune.
Ignore that, Joe Musgrove noise out there. That's stupid. Other news from yesterday's game. Another solid inning for Jeremiah Estrada, 2 strikeouts. Offensively, not a lot. Bryce Johnson and Ty France both had a single and an RBI. They're kind of battling for those last roster spots. Maybe not the same one, but there's a path, I think, for each guy to potentially make the team. I'd actually be surprised if Bryce Johnson isn't on the team. Ty France is a little more of a stretch, but he's had a really good spring, and he could definitely be in the mix for that last infield job as well for the Padres, especially if Seung-Moon Song starts the year on the injured list. Luis Camposano had a double. He hasn't had a great offensive spring, but got rave reviews from Stammen afterwards about the work he's done behind the plate, catching, which they say is, that's the most important thing, that we want to see him work well. And he worked very well with Walker Buehler yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That's not for nothing, because Walker Buehler now looks like he's going to be part of the Padres starting rotation. Maybe Camposano is a guy who catches Walker Buehler, when he goes out there. They've shown that they've worked well together in spring training. and it gives Campy kind of a guy that he can focus on to start the season.
That'd be great.
For me, obviously we'll get the bulk of the starts, but you can need Campy once or twice a week at least, and that makes kind of sense to pair him with one of those guys. I know Stammen said he's not a personal catcher guy, but Nick Pivetta kind of said I am. And,
I'm one.
And now, with Campy working well with Walker Buehler, kind of, well, maybe they could be kind of as well.
It makes the decision like you can't even say it because baseball just makes the decision for you a lot of the times. Like you can think all you want. Oh, you have a plan. That's cute that you have a plan.
In theory, every catcher be able to catch every pitcher is great.
Of course.
In practice, they're all going to get more comfortable with one guy or the other.
I need Nicky P being comfortable. I need Walker Buehler being comfortable. I need Michael King I need all these guys being comfortable. And the Padres catcher, I saw the thing at spring training. The Padres catchers embrace the servant role. They're there to serve the pitchers at their whim and all of their whimsy.
The Padres also sent 2 catchers to minor league camp, including Blake Hunt.
Yep.
So things looking very positive for Campy to make the team. We will come back. We'll talk some WBC. Venezuela on to the finals, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Love the story of Italy at the World Baseball Classic. I think a rematch against the United States would have been very compelling. But ultimately, Venezuela was better last night. They kept putting pressure on until eventually they pulled out that 4-2 victory. But it could have gone either way. I mean, it's been a really good tournament.
It has been.
Another great crowd in Miami. I think when they announced the WBC games were going to be at Houston and Miami, my first reaction was, why aren't you coming back to San Diego?
For
you got
sure.
the best ballpark. You got the best weather for March at least. This is insane that you're going to places like, who wants to go to Houston? Miami, at least during the regular season, Marlins games have some of the worst atmospheres in baseball. What are you doing, guys? But as it turns out, if you put the right kind of baseball on the field in Miami, they have really, really good fans down there who are ready to cheer and be loud and engaged, because it's been electric for those games at Lone Depot Park.
Well, and if you're Italy, you have literally nothing on the planet to hang your head about. You played, I would say, well beyond your capabilities. They had, just a couple of big leaguers on that team. I thought they handled
Double-A guys.
Yeah, I thought they handled themselves super, super well, and they were absolutely in it and had an opportunity. They beat the U.S. in pool play. That's pretty spectacular. It was cool. It was a really cool thing for them. Our pal Jojo Tarantino, who is a longtime Padres trainer in Peoria, was one of the trainers for Team Italy, and he's been updating me and Paulie every day. And we both texted him last night, like, hell of a run, dude, just incredible. When we talked to him at fantasy camp, I don't think he even could wrap his head around how good this team was going to be, and to be in the Final Four of that tournament with all those powerhouses in there, and you were one of the last men standing. That's pretty special.
I think the decision by Francisco Cervelli to start Aaron Nola, while people will kind of second guess it, he was good.
He was.
Gave up just the solo home run to Eugenio Suarez. And then the other decision to go with Michael Lorenzen, be aggressive rather than save him for a potential championship game the next day. You can say it backfired, but I think that was the right call. Yep. You've got to get there. There's no point in holding a guy back if you're not going to make it. He was their best pitcher available. They went with their best pitcher available. Didn't work out. Ultimately, they just didn't get enough offense. If Venezuela hadn't given them runs in the second inning with all the walks, they might not have scored at all.
Yeah.
The bats kind of dried up, and that's what happens. We see it in the Major League Baseball postseason. The Phillies were the perfect example. The year they beat the Padres, they looked like you're going to score 9 runs a game. They couldn't stop them, and then all of a sudden, spigot went dry.
Yep.
It just turns off sometimes. And for Italy, the spigot turned off yesterday.
We're also the perfect example of
Sure.
that. The 24 scoreless. You saw the Milwaukee Brewers last year hit 138 in their series against the Dodgers. They won 100 plus games last year. Like, this game's really hard, and there's no way to handicap it, and it also makes no sense why one team will just start capitalizing on mistakes and one team doesn't. So such is the nature of the game.
Padres will get Alec Jacob and Ron Marinaccio back.
Yep.
Their bullpen already looks fantastic without those guys, and now you got those two guys coming off some competition, joining the mix for the last week of spring training. Venezuela, though, advances to the championship game. What do they have left?
What do they have
pitching
left?
wise? I don't know. I mean, their bullpen was pretty nasty. That Andres Machado,
he's
came
filthy.
in the 8th inning, filthy.
All
Daniel
these guys
Palencia, but
they got to play
can
back
any
to
of
back.
those guys go on back-to-back days today? It really was a disadvantage the way they structured the tournament, where one team gets a day of rest for the championship and the other team does not. That's a competitive disadvantage for Venezuela going into this game.
Big time. But, they are coming off a high, that's for sure, of winning that game. So it should be a great one, man. I don't know the pitching matchups. I know it's Nolan McLean, and I saw it. Who is it? I cannot remember who's throwing for Venezuela. Eduardo Rodriguez is throwing tonight. So, it's good hit. I think it's good hitting for the U.S. He's hittable, but I think McLean wasn't great
I think
either.
The U.S. is heavy favorites for the game tonight now. But again, when you got Ronald Acuna Jr., he's been pretty hot. Those 3 singles, clutch, 2-out RBI singles, infield single by Acuna, then Michael Garcia
busting it,
and then Luis Arraez, little insurance with his hit to center field.
Minus 300 odds for the United States. tonight.
Wow.
Heavy
favorites.
Heavy
favorites. Man. Okay. Yeah, you're just hoping for a good game and that your boys perform well, no matter what team you root for. That's the most fun part of this tournament is you can find guys on each and every team that you go, God, I love that guy. Hope that guy does well. And Mason Miller, obviously that guy for Team USA. So we'll see if they get him into the game tonight. Hell, they may not need him, Ben, if they're that big of favorites.
So
you know what I mean?
This
If
is what
they're up 9-1. Please don't throw
what
him.
I was kind of speculating on. There's no I would think the Padres would probably say, if all things are equal, if you're up 6 in the 9th inning,
Don't use him.
don't use him. If it's a close game, if it's a save situation, 1 or 2 runs, it's the 9th inning. Yeah, go ahead and use him. It's not like there's no chance he would have gone for us today. He probably could have thrown today. But in a perfect world, after throwing that much aggressive pitches, competitive pitches in March, the Padres probably would rather see Mason Miller take another day or two, then come back with another spring training outing or 2 at the end of the week and be ready for the season. But I don't think that AJ Preller and Craig Stammen are going to go, under no circumstances may you use Mason Miller. I think if it's a close game and it makes sense to use Mason Miller in the 9th inning, he will be in there tonight. If it's not, if it's a 4-run game, if the U.S. is down and they're just trying to stay close, like down 1 in the 9th inning, I would think that you won't see Mason Miller in the game tonight. There will be some sort of trigger that allows Mason Miller to go into the game under specific circumstances for Team USA.
Chupacabra asked if there's a mercy rule in the championship game. I think there is.
I think it's the same mercy rule for the whole tournament. It's 10 after 7 innings and 8 after 8 innings or something like that.
Big fan of that. I know people wouldn't like it in the big leagues, but I think I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would like it. It's not because cool, I want to go to bed early. It's like, cool, don't make me burn, and what's better?
Multiple reasons.
What's better?
A position player pitching?
Kike Hernandez coming out and saying,
or just end it.
That bit is worn me to the nub.
Why don't they do it? Is it
money? It's because that's what I think. You feel like you're screwing the fans over out of a couple of innings. Yeah,
no, they don't care about
innings of concessions.
They care about their TV partners who are like, what about our commercials that didn't run in the 8th and 9th?
That's a good point, Paul.
They do not care about the fans.
Yeah,
I mean, they care about the fans paying them more money for hot dogs in the 7th and 8th inning that don't exist anymore.
Oh, Postal said there is no mercy rule for knockout.
Okay, so they will play it all the way through.
Play it all 9.
I hope it's not like 19-1.
I know. Me too.
Was there not? I thought we had the first elimination game had a
for the Dominican, didn't they? I don't know.
So I remember I texted you guys and was like, "Oh, is there a mercy rule?"
You said, "Is there a mercy
sure
rule?"
enough, an hour later,
they were after 7. I don't know. Nobody knows anything.
Speaking of rules, did you see that they're going to be experimenting with more rules in the minor leagues this season?
What rules are those?
Well, one in particular that I found interesting is they are bringing check swing challenges via robotic cameras to AAA. That's one of the rules and innovations they will be testing on the AAA level with the thought that it could be coming to the big leagues in the next couple of years. And if, you first start by ruling, pointing at the first base umpire or the third base umpire, did he go? No, he did not go. They can challenge that. I don't know how you instigate it with a tap of some other part of your body, and then they will go to a robotic camera that will determine if the bat head and the bat handle, if it goes past 45 degrees on, and I would like to see a visual representation of exactly what it is, but they've programmed it to have an actual line that where it crosses and the wrist break and go far enough that a check swing can be overturned in the minor leagues.
I do feel, and I think many people agree with me, I do feel I would guess the first base umpire, and I know they're pros, I would bet that they guess 70% of the time. 70 is a high number, and I do realize
the umpires?
My guess is nope, did not go. Were we watching the same thing? Were we watching the same thing? It is truly nuts. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? It's hard to stay locked in for every single swing, and I understand it. This is going to be weird. This is going to be a weird one. But I guess if I have to be if I'm in favor of technology improving the game, balls and strikes wise, I guess I have to be in favor of technology improving the game this way.
They will also be moving second base a few inches closer to home plate. And I had never known this. Jason Stark explained this one, which is fascinating. It says for 100 years, second base has actually been located in the wrong place. That when you draw a line from the back of the third base bag or the back of the first base bag, like the diamond at the top,
yes,
that it will come to meet at the middle of the second base bag.
Okay.
And what they're going to do is they're going to move the second base bag closer so that it wraps the corner and wraps around and hits the back of the second base bag, which will, I would assume, have a very slight benefit toward the base runner, slight less distance to second base.
How many times have we said it's a game of inches?
And you're getting 3 inches.
You can round first to third at a better angle slightly to get you from first to third a little quicker.
Ladies, do 3 inches matter?
So they're going to test that in the minor leagues in the second half of the season and move it inside the corner of the imaginary diamond rather at the middle of the corner of the imaginary diamond.
Kind of makes sense.
It does kind of make sense. They are also going to test fewer disengagements where a pitcher will have only one disengagement allowed from the mound rather than 2. So the second time would be a balk.
Speaking of disengagement,
on a pickoff mode.
That game, the game last night, that Eugenio Suarez at bat where he called timeout for like 3 seconds. He's sitting there going time. He wasn't
calling time.
He never got it.
So that was interesting.
He
last
had a
night.
hand up.
He was pointing at the pitch clock because it had hit 0. And he goes,
so he's saying time's out.
He's already gone. This is a ball.
Were you watching?
You missed it.
He steps out of the box, doesn't get granted time or whatever. Steps back in and swings like all in one motion and got contact on the ball. It was,
my God.
It was unbelievable, dude.
And they will also be limiting timeouts. In low A, batters will not be able to call timeout at any point in an at-bat anymore. And they're going to limit them in high A and shorten the timeouts in double A and triple A to save a little bit of time. They're also going to crack down on the pitch comm glitches when the pitcher goes,
down on a glitch?
Can't hear. It'll be counted against a mound visit limit if you use it. So if it's on the fritz and they have to go out there, that at least you lose a mound visit. So you're going to have to be a little more judicious about when you say, pitch comm's not working. I need a second to do that. So a lot of different changes coming to the minor leagues this year.
That kind of stinks if your pitch comm is is actually wonky. We had a lot of those last year. I don't know. They probably track what teams had the most pitch comm issues last year. There's guaranteed somebody has that information.
They're also going to put a timer on mound visits. So once the pitching coach gets out there, they're going to hit a timer and everyone has to be off the mound by 0 other than the pitcher, or that'll be a pitch clock violation.
We're all in a big rush, aren't we?
We are moving fast.
We are in a big. I love everyone got themselves in a big damn hurry. Man. All right.
They're also going to allow, like spring training in the minor leagues, the low levels at least, like Arizona Complex League and Dominican Summer League, where if a pitcher starts the game, but they want to take him out in the first inning because his pitch count's getting too high, they can put him back in the second inning. So they don't, it's a safety thing. So you're not forcing a guy to throw 40 pitches in the first inning, but then he can't continue his start. They're going to do it like spring training where you can leave the game and go back in. They're not going to ever develop that in the big leagues. That's just for developmental young arms. So that they can be a little more careful with them.
Jay Hughesy says PitchCom should be seamless. It's 2026.
I think part of the argument is that Major League Baseball thinks it pretty much is, and that a lot of these glitches is just I'm running out of time. I need a break. I need, and that's a way that they've been extra timeout granting by just saying it's a PitchCom.
Yeah,
issue.
I mean, I had yesterday. I've got AirPods and I put them in and all of a sudden they just stopped. Now there's plenty of juice. They just stopped. I had to turn my Bluetooth off, turn it back on. Then it worked. There was no problem. But, just because it's 2026, issues still happen. It's funny. Yeah. Postal Blue says now they're going to untie the shoe to request to retie the shoe. They'll find another loophole
I was
to
just
get
thinking about that. I was like, you have to let him tie his shoe, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I have to tie my shoe, buddy. I've got something in my shoe. Hang on one
Maybe
second.
a rock or
Yeah, I got a
something
pebble
stuck
in
in there.
here.
Just give me 1 second as you're like,
Yes, you're dying. Yeah, it's
I mean, they say the timeout issue will be you can still like time it after a brush back and you're like on the ground, Fernando Tatis style.
yeah, get back up
like
quick.
an injury concern, and they quote bona fide equipment issues. I don't know if an untied shoe is a bona fide equipment issue or not, but
Imagine a guy
that will allow a timeout for a minor league batter.
Imagine a guy having to hit and run down the first with his shoelace because they won't let him tie it.
like every once in a while, you'll see a basketball game and like one of the bigs will get tangled up down low, and their shoe comes off, and you'll see them hobbling on 1 foot down court while they're trying to because you can't waste the time
I like
out.
they grab the shoe and they're trying to put it on as they're running.
I've seen guys just chuck it to the bench because like until there's a dead ball, like you can't burn a timeout for that. So they'll just play.
I love it. I know what you guys are talking about for Don't Do This.
Did you figure it out?
I figured it out, and it's about as bad of a mistake as a guy
really
can make.
is.
It really is. Like,
and it's by someone that I would have never expected it.
Never, ever.
Everybody,
it makes me cringy.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yep.
I do. You do. Paulie does.
Who's Paulie?
Paulie does. But I will give this guy the one because I don't remember him ever making another mistake. He corrected it, but it doesn't absolve you from don't do this.
No, it doesn't.
Which is certainly coming up next. We'll take a quick timeout. And then we will get our 2 stories that make you shake your head. A little do this as well. All coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, no athlete gets to the highest level alone. There's always a coach, always a strategy. Retirement shouldn't be any different. Trying to navigate market swings, inflation, and healthcare costs on your own, come on, can be overwhelming, especially with everything changing so fast. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in, TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors take the time to understand your goals, your risk tolerance, and your timeline. They're independent, so they're not locked into one product or approach, and everything is customized. Trajan Wealth is local with offices in San Diego, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people who want confidence, not constant worry. You've got an old 401k or investments you haven't looked at in years. Yeah, this might be the nudge you need. Just start by calling 619-367-0207. That's 619-367-0207. Or take a few minutes online at TRAJANwealth.com. And when you're ready, again, just go to TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It is time for Don't Do This. It's brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
Enjoy it.
enjoy it. All right, you figured it out. So go ahead, let everybody know what we're talking about. The surprising DDT entry.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm really glad I missed this yesterday afternoon because I would have had a field day with this one. Evan Drellick, who we absolutely love. He's fantastic, writes for The Athletic. Man, he sent out a tweet, guys, that said that Miguel Rojas was suspended from Major League Baseball for PEDs.
The
And
Dodgers, Miguel
Dodgers,
Rojas.
Miguel Rojas.
Miggy Rowe.
Miggy Rowe hit the big home run in the World Series, Game 7. Huge. Made an insane play to help save the World Series for the Dodgers.
He would have been out of the playoffs for the Dodgers,
Yep,
even
80
after coming back in the second half of the season.
But
They would
mostly-
have been fine, but yes.
Mostly it would have been fun for the narrative, right?
Right.
Because we have to hear Fraud Nando and all that stuff. And it just would have been fun for the narrative. Now, I'm glad I missed it because I would have retweeted it, Ben, with vim and vigor.
You would have.
I would have had a field day. I missed it. Thank God, because it actually wasn't Miguel Rojas that got suspended. It was Johan Rojas from the Philadelphia Phillies. But the weirdest part was that had already been reported
Yes.
like weeks ago.
Yeah, they had already announced it a while
So
ago.
why the double report?
So this was the end of the appeal. Like, I believe
I got it.
officially, okay, it's a done deal, and he's suspended for 80 games.
Okay. 80 games for
But yeah, it
Bolden
wasn't new news that Johan Rojas was facing a suspension. But it's not even the same team. It's just such a surprising
it's the
mistake
same
from a guy who's
last-
so buttoned up.
It's the same last name. I just don't.
How do you screw that up?
I don't
That's a
know,
weird
man.
one.
It's a weird one.
And he correct. I mean,
And it's
he
not like he
deleted
said
the
Miguel
tweets.
Rojas of the Phillies.
Right,
and it was
right.
a total
It was a Bob
brain
Nightingale
fart
mistake.
or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it was Miguel Rojas of the Dodgers has been. Now, the only other thing I can think of is that he did, in fact, pop for steroids, and Major League Baseball stepped in because they don't want anybody to mess with their golden goose. it's not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe that's the narrative I run with. I do like narratives.
So,
as you
and
know.
Evan Poston said, I've deleted a post incorrectly identifying who was suspended today. It was Johan Rojas of the Philadelphia Phillies. And that didn't happen long after he made the original post.
And see, man, you always bust my balls about this. When I get information, you always want me to run to Twitter with it. And
Well, I want you to be accurate. For
well,
sure.
the thing is like it's the being first mentality. And he got again, that pops up in his feed, and he's like, "Oh yes, here I'm going to be the first one to report it's Miguel Rojas." And Evan is so buttoned up.
It's the thing, but it's just for Evan. It's so surprising.
It's very now. If it was Bob, you'd go, just another day that ends in Y. But because it was Evan, it was
honestly, he's in that class of like the Passons, Jesse Rogers.
He may be above all of them.
Right.
He's that buttoned up and professional. We've had Evan on the show many times. His work is staggeringly great.
He's phenomenal.
And so
I was shocked.
It was shocking, man. It was shocking.
Meanwhile, I wouldn't say the short story is shocking, although perhaps the way it's being handled is Alabama star Aiden Holloway is likely not going to be playing in the NCAA tournament this week after the star guard was arrested Monday morning on felony drug charges. Alabama law enforcement raided his home and found over a pound of marijuana, paraphernalia, and cash, and he was transported to Tuscaloosa County Jail. Head coach Nate Oates, though, said, hey, we love him, but we've got standards, and we've got to prepare to play without him now in our NCAA tournament opener later this week. Alabama still a solid team, but obviously puts a lot of pressure on a lot of the other players. He's averaging 16.8 points per game, second on the team.
Damn, dude.
And they're one of the best offensive teams in the country. So this is a huge hit for Alabama going into the NCAA tournament at a very bad time.
Now, you said drug smuggle,
just had over a pound of marijuana at his house. Whether it was for
personal
sale or personal use, I guess it doesn't really, the law doesn't differentiate
in Alabama for sure. How do we feel about this?
I feel terrible for the kid.
You can't have that much loose cannabis on you.
How much was it?
Over a pound. How much would you say? Marijuana is not heavy.
It is heavy. A pound of anything weighs
a pound of anything is a pound. How much like marijuana is a pound? It's like a brick size?
It's a lot of pot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because normal like a joint is probably like
a couple ounces.
Not even.
No. A couple of
16
grams.
ounces a pound. Yeah,
they weigh a couple of grams.
Yeah, like an ounce of marijuana is a lot of marijuana, I would think.
Pound's a lot.
Pound is a lot of weed. Like a big Ziploc, probably, Paulie.
Yeah.
Like
even a Ziploc, probably very light. I would think it would be like.
I mean, look, you got to know where you're at.
Whatever.
That's more than you can't buy that much in California. You can't go to March and Ash and buy. Hey, can I get a pound of weed?
Yeah,
of marijuana.
Yeah, a gallon Ziploc bag, right?
That's probably. Yeah, a full gallon.
And that very well
is that.
How many joints is it? Hundreds. And a few blunts.
Ganja, aka
blunts
cannabis.
Bigger than joints? Blunts are bigger than joints.
Really?
They're
I didn't
like
know that.
cigar size.
Really?
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You learn so much on this show.
Everybody must get stoned.
How do you not know all of this? Our resident expert.
If I ever tried it in the past.
If you did.
What would I have had?
You would have had a joint.
Okay.
Not a blunt. A pound could be for personal use. It could be. Don't you think?
No.
You wouldn't buy a pound for personal use.
I mean, that's so
I would.
I know I see billboards advertising like an ounce for like $99, which I assume is a pretty good price. So I'm assuming like a pound at a normal price is like $2,000 at least.
At that rate, isn't it 16 ounces to a pound?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
$1,600.
Yeah, but that's probably a good advertised price, like a regular.
Yeah, right.
Like,
So
it's probably about $2,000 worth of marijuana.
That's a lot of weed.
Then again,
that's
NIL money. They've got plenty of money to spend, probably at that level.
That's a group of people that are maybe going in on it together. I don't know if he was distributing it. I have no idea, but I know there are very strict laws over there, and it's, you can go. An adult right now can go out and buy it in California.
Yeah.
it can get you in jail in other states.
Yeah,
it's just the
and
way it is.
Missing the tourney, dude. Yeah, that's a bummer, but
like, didn't Campy, when he got in trouble, he didn't even have that much on him, right?
he was in Georgia. He had a decent amount, I think.
I don't think he had a pound on him, but I don't remember. It's different out there.
All right, how about a little do this to wrap things up?
Go down a rabbit hole there.
That was Don't Do.
Mega doo-doo.
There we go. I'll just for do this tell my very favorite St. Patrick's Day joke.
Really?
And it's for all the kids out there.
Is it clean?
It's cleanish.
Ish.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I remember this one.
Why don't leprechauns play soccer?
Why don't leprechauns play soccer?
Yeah. Because the grass tickles their balls.
Yes, I've heard you tell that one before.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite joke. So all you kids, go to school, tell your friends. That's why leprechauns don't play soccer.
Or
because
don't.
The grass tickles their balls.
I wouldn't want them to get in trouble.
They're soccer balls.
Right.
Why would they get in trouble for that? The grass tickles the soccer ball.
That's
it
right.
rolls around on it.
That's right.
Why doesn't anyone play soccer then? That's the
Oh.
case. Doesn't have to be leprechauns.
St. Patrick's Day. It's their day.
Campy had 79 grams of marijuana, got charged with a felony. 79 grams.
I don't know how many.
Like 79 joints. That's a lot of joints.
There are 453 grams in a pound. So he had like way less than this Alabama guy, like a fifth as much as the
0.17 pounds.
Seventh as much as, yeah.
You know that if you gave
not even a fifth of a pound.
You know that if you gave me a pound of marijuana, it would last me 75 years. It'd be all brown and brittle. It would last me 75 years.
Would no
Apparently,
longer
for
be
$2,000,
dank.
Ben knows a guy who can make that happen.
For sure.
No longer dank.
No longer day. Thank you.
All right, we will, speaking of St. Patrick's Day, when we come back, always some of our favorite audio of the year, the 20-year anniversary from Creighton, Alabama, and maybe the greatest local news story ever.
Minus the maybe.
Coming up next with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
My vote for Mason Miller's walkout song this year. Gasoline by Audio Slayer.
It's a good.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a great call.
burning that gasoline is pretty good. Guy throws 104 miles an hour, so
Throws gas.
definitely throws.
But you never
gas.
want a reliever to throw gasoline
on
onto
the fire. It's true.
So that's kind of the opposite.
Well, he said burning that gasoline, so he's just burning it
Interesting.
in there,
I like the sound. I
Oh,
mean, I
it's
think
so
I can
good.
hear Petco Park getting fired up for it.
right?
I don't know what he hasn't debuted like in the WBC. He hasn't come out to anything
No.
different yet. He teased us when we came on during spring training.
Got some ideas.
He's been thinking about it. He's got some ideas. Woods and him discussed it both on and off the air. Privately, there was a long discussion between Mason Miller and Woods. Don't know if he had any impact on him.
Doubt it.
You're very much against Don't Fear the Reaper because of the don't fear part.
Right.
I think it would still work. I mean, in the end, the Reaper wins in that song. He takes you away every time, no matter what.
Come on,
whether you
baby.
fear him or not, you're going down.
Is it just kind of too, not soft, but is it just too,
It's not a soft song at all.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC is so played out. I know it's your birthday, Eric. Happy birthday, by the way, but
I'd be very happy with Don't Fear the Reaper just because it's
like, oh.
it's one of my favorite songs of all time. And
It's the best Saturday Night Live skit of all time.
that is true.
It's
too.
not
More
even
cowbell.
close. More cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah, I don't know. It's soft. Yeah. Come on, baby. Don't fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
Take my hand. Come on, give me a break. How about Sailing by Christopher Cross?
How about the guitar part in the bridge? Is that the bridge? What is that? The musical. It gets pretty hard. No, not just but when it really
Save that.
when it really locks in between the second and the third chorus. I may need Paulie to call it up at some point.
Okay.
Like that would be
Sultans of
She
Swing
really gets going.
You
No.
don't want your
What
pitcher
the
to
hell is
come in on
That makes no
right
sense
now?
at all.
Running with the Devil is elite. I think he's pretty religious, so I don't know that he's going to rock
with the devil.
Running with the Devil. 25-year-old songs. I can feel the boomer on this YouTube. Yeah, 100%.
25.
Yeah, it's like, more
Try
like 50.
50 to 60-year-old
This
song.
part. Wait, not this part.
This part.
That doesn't really do anything
It
for
Does it
me.
do anything for you guys?
Nothing.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll find out hopefully on opening day.
Yeah.
When they're trying to protect a narrow 2-1 lead
That's
over
right.
Tarek Skubal and the Detroit Tigers. And he comes out for the first time. We'll find out.
Now, this actually, contrary to
Let's check traffic,
Okay.
and then we will get to our favorite audio coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A couple of problems here. One is this crash that is partially blocking the Bonita Road on-ramp to northbound 805. And in the North County, crash involving a car and a motorcycle. Southbound 15, right around Valley Parkway. It's in the center divide. Could be partially in that HOV lane. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I can't tell if the tier ones are making joke contributions or real
I think
suggestions.
they're
I think they're
jokes.
making jokes.
Hold on loosely. Holy cow. 38
Hold on
special.
loosely.
38 special.
Don't let it go. That's a good song.
Totally. Oh, man.
Maybe some Steely Dan
Yeah.
to get everybody fired up.
Yeah. Or some.
I would not use that as a walkout song. I like it, but there's times and places for Michael McDonald and
Well-
Steely Dan and Yacht Rock.
He's moving on from Nickelback.
Yeah,
so, I
it's
mean,
true.
that's the
a good
bar.
point.
That's the bar.
It's going to be Jelly Roll, isn't it?
Oh, God. I hope it's not.
Woods really tried to dissuade from going that direction.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be Jelly Roll, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be some Jelly Roll song. Tier 1B George, Save Me by Cinderella. I doubt very much he's going to play Cinderella, which is 40 years old, which is a great song.
Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica.
That'd be cool.
That'd be all right.
Master of Puppets.
So good. Seek and Destroy. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. Slayer, Angel of Death would be something. Supremely Stupid, maybe, Ben. Something, as Nick says. No, contrary to popular belief, this was not an SNL skit. This actually happened on local news, and I'm sure you've heard this audio before.
NBC 15 in Mobile,
Yeah.
Alabama.
If-
I don't know if this story is what's wrong or what's right with my profession.
I think it's what's right with your profession, and I think you guys should do more of this. I saw something the other day. Hey, the heat's coming to San Diego, so here's some tips on how to beat the heat. Make sure that you're hydrated. Make sure you have extra water. If you go on a hike, make sure you have your location on your phone.
Hat.
A hat.
Find shade.
Grab some sunscreen. I would rather hear stuff like this than the very
I
obvious
think one of the
ones.
great. So this is a news reporter going to a suburb of Mobile, Crichton, Alabama.
Yeah.
To talk about an urban legend, a
Yes.
leprechaun that apparently gets spotted in some trees in a neighborhood,
Yeah.
especially around this time of year. And I think one of my favorite things to do as you listen to this story is try to determine which people are playing along and which ones are actually pretty serious about this story. Because I think there's a mix of the people interviewed who are like, I love this. This is a great joke. Let's all play along.
Yeah.
And there's others who are like, no, I take this 100% seriously. And
I can't tell if
I
they're
can never tell who's who.
I can't tell if they're taking the piss or if they're like, some people are really believing this. It's just the best. I'm glad they did it. The guy that brought it into his news director's office and said, hey, I got an idea. And the news director, whoever you are,
Kudos.
that said, you know what? Do it. I
Let's
think
have
it'll be
some
great.
fun.
Let's have some fun for once in here. Instead of beat the heat in Mobile, let's go out and do the leprechaun story. And they did.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears.
Yeah.
This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from
Okay.
the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid.
This guy's my
Don't be
favorite.
afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic
guy.
says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute. It's been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
People will do anything for a pot of gold. I mean, anything.
You know what I like? I like the amateur sketch of the leprechaun. It looks like somebody got a really good look at it and got that good drawing out there.
Who did that? I want to know who sketched that.
I don't know. Maybe Brian sketched it.
Doodling.
That was a good
That
story.
Brian.
That Brian, he is
Brian
a cutout.
Johnson. I want to know where Brian
I
Johnson
want to know
is
where
today.
all these guys are. I hope they're all thriving. I hope they've all made money off of this. 20-year anniversary, I think, of the infamous leprechaun video in Crichton. Our pal Jake Peavy is from the Mobile area, and I wonder if he has ever come in contact with the leprechaun.
I asked you guys this morning. I was like, have we ever asked Peavy about that?
think so.
I don't think we have.
On the air or off the air. I was like, I don't think we have. I'm like, what are we doing? We know somebody from Mobile. We got to ask him about the leprechaun.
What was it like growing up in Crichton with the specter of the leprechaun always
Now,
hanging around?
He was in San Diego in 2006.
That's true.
So we don't know or I don't know at least, is this like a long urban
Is it
myth in
yes.
Mobile?
Or is it the
was
first
it like
year?
2006, something happened and
Yeah.
they ran with it?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
does this happen? Has this been happening for generations?
All I know is that I love it. I've loved it since the minute I saw it. I'll love it forever.
So the guy who's suited up, like with his
Yeah.
vest and his
Camo.
and his
Yeah.
flute, he clearly, to me, is having fun with it and is in on the joke.
It's gonna be what did he say? Tell the guy driving by.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay, man. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
He's there. It's just
He's
so
playing
good.
along and
I
having
like when they're
fun.
like, this guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
Get
This
down to
guy.
the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be
Driving by.
afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells
Yeah.
right here. This is a special
Bulletproof
leprechaun
vest.
flute. It's been passed down
And a
from
metal
thousands of
pipe.
years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others
I think he's serious.
I think he's dead serious.
Really?
100%.
Now, I think the guy
I think he's
who's
dead
talking
serious.
about it could be a shadow from a tree limb. He's trying to make it serious.
Potentially.
And then the woman in the car who says it could be a crackhead that got hold of the wrong stuff.
And they're up in a tree.
I think she's serious that there could be
a
a drug user up in the tree, and that's what people are
Could be
saying.
a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I saw one the other day. It really happens. It really happens out there in the wild.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
I need that guy at opening day, like getting the Padre faithful fired up at
Or at least
Petco Park.
6 a.m. Ben and Woods getting the tier ones fired up.
Yeah.
All the tier ones say, hey.
Yeah. I just love it. I just love it. It just makes me so happy every single year. I hope they're all thriving and doing so well.
20 years later,
Yeah.
I hope they found that
God,
damn leprechaun.
If I'm in Crichton, I'm like, hey, we need to go I think they have done an update. I need to dig into Reddit. I think they've done an update on the story from 20 years ago because it's been such a viral video. It's gone crazy. My kids everybody loves that video. It's just incredible. It's great audio. The fact that they actually did it on the news just makes it better. There's so many of those stories out there for you, dude. All you have to do is just go look.
I'd like to think that if someone came with that idea today, that it could get approved.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that it would.
No, it's you
People
guys
are
could do it.
so careful with their brands and, don't want to do something that would upset people potentially, and you wouldn't get that kind of story.
No, it's we're the worst for it, man.
Nate says the flute is a piece of equipment for scaffolding.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's passed down from his Irish great-great-grandfather.
It's some sort of metal tube with holes in it.
It's got holes
I
in it.
don't know
Costs
exactly
$3
what
at
it
Home
is.
Depot.
Yeah, just so fantastic. Well, it always delights me. Hope you guys found as much joy in it as I do every year.
My favorite.
Yep.
As for the rest of St. Patrick's Day, doesn't do a lot for me.
No, not really for me either.
Green beer, Irish nachos.
It was a fun excuse to go out and drink when I was 22.
Corned beef. I don't know. It's just none of it is that appealing to me anymore.
Dallas had a really good parade. Chicago has the best. It's such a blast. No, it's an S show. I mean, it's like you're battered when you're done. When you're done with that day, you're like, man, I do not feel great. I'm not going to feel great for a week.
They still dye the river green in Chicago, don't
it's
they?
so
Yeah.
cool.
It would be fun, like, when we were in our early 20s, we'd go out like the Saturday before.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's wearing green.
Yeah, you go
and
rage.
green beer and all that. It was fun.
Well, you can't get me out. I mean, I'm going to go coach Little League tonight and have a blast. I will not be eating any corned beef because I do not like corned beef. I don't really like cabbage either. So what am I going to do?
It's not the greatest
It's
combination in the world. It really isn't.
I like potatoes. I'll eat some potatoes.
Fine.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we are done with 2 hours of the program, but we still got 2 hours to go. Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, I will play a little Take on Woods, and spring training Sammy will join us. Just a few more visits before he's back in San Diego. We'll get an update on what's going on this morning at the sports complex. All ahead with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
far as walkout songs go, that one goes pretty hard. Better Living Through Chemistry, Queens of the Stone Age, for sure. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's our executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, and we are halfway home on a Tuesday. Actually, it says Monday. Tuesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and also it's Red Nose Day. So how's your red nose doing?
Still somewhat red. I'm celebrating. Well,
Did you make it up? Did you put your...
I did put a little makeup on it when I was on TV last
night. Did it cover it up? Good. All right. That's pretty magical stuff to be able to just put makeup on when you need to cover up a blemish or something. Should be more socially acceptable for maybe all of us to do. But you didn't.
There's no reason not to.
But you can put makeup on if you want to put makeup on.
It's true. Did you didn't put any on this morning, though, even though you're going to be on camera. And this camera is actually a foot away from you.
Fair enough.
You could have.
I could have.
Probably should.
I mean, I keep my makeup at the television station. You
don't have a spare?
I don't have a spare at home. I don't use it in my personal life, only in my professional.
Is this not professional part of your life?
Well, I just never thought about it as being the makeup part.
We always suspected.
Yeah, so this is just like a thing you do for fun.
Kind of.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I got it. That makes sense. I mean,
recreational radio.
Recreational. I got it. It's listen, it's my livelihood. It's my life's work and passion. But as long as you're having fun,
I do believe you're getting a lot more enjoyment out of me not wearing the makeup.
I think so. I think so. Yes. Have you
bit.
covered it up? But then I would have seen it and be like, you covered that up, didn't you? So it was really a win-win for me either way. Well, anyway, happy Red Nose Day to you. Our options yesterday were stare at a giant whitehead or a bloody stump of a nose that we had to cover with a Band-Aid.
This is why they say don't pick the whiteheads, because now I've ended up with the little red nose.
And now you're going to have a little
and I'll have
scar.
it for like 3 or 4 days at least. Going to be sitting there.
It's so hard not to pick.
I know. Once they're there, you just want it off.
You got to get it off. You can't walk around with a big whitehead on your nose, right?
You can't.
As soon as I got in the car yesterday, after our conversation, though, by the way, I pulled out about a 6-footer out of the nose. As soon as our conversation was over, it was like an accordion. It was,
you didn't have to tell us that.
I mean, but it was right
so
when
satisfying.
When I got in the car, I was like, we just had this conversation. I could have gone to the bathroom here, done it here, because it was still there. But as soon as I got in the car, I was like, what on? While I'm driving, by the way. Not parked in the car, just texting and driving is dangerous. Picking your nose and driving can be just as dangerous.
You would think
if you're enamored
with using your hand.
Yes,
I mean,
you're one hand off the wheel.
Yep. It's pretty much, surfing the internet.
It's pretty much the exact same thing.
You're surfing your nostril.
I know it's gross, Purple. That's why I told the story, because I thought of my guys and I thought of, man, we literally just had this conversation.
I just felt like, I just think most people do it.
If they don't, they lie about it.
I think so too.
Yes.
Everybody does it.
I'll
say my wife doesn't do it.
She never picks her nose.
She will get a tissue. What happened here? Texting and driving?
His nose.
No, picked his nose. He was enamored with the find. I will say this. Nothing repulses her more than me playing with baseball cards, except for me picking my nose.
Okay.
Baseball cards has rocketed to the top of it's the top of the list. Picking my nose is a distant second to baseball cards, but yet still.
I just think when you were a kid, there was a vague threat that something bad was going to happen to you, and yet nothing bad ever really happened.
Well,
to me.
it's a great way to spread germs into your orifices.
Well,
you never want to. You never want to
wash my hands.
You do not wash your hands. No,
no. Because I don't like the feeling on my finger.
What I'm saying is, you go to the bathroom here.
Yeah.
You go pee, right, and then you wash your hands, but you touch the doorknob on the way out. Then you touch the microphone. Then you're in this studio. Chris Ello sits. Then you get in your car and you take all those germs and you shove them right up your nose into a open orifice, and that's how we get sick. So I think you're not sanitizing your hands before you pick your nose, right? So
I'm more concerned about what happens after.
I keep hand sanitizer in the car, so
but I forget to do it. Now,
really?
Kayla says use Q-tips. There is no way I'm jamming a Q-tip up my nose to get a booger. My wife covers her finger with the thing. I'm like, well, whatever. There's no dick.
like
You're just sheathing your pick finger.
Those
That's
COVID
all you're doing.
tests were like my least favorite thing in
dude,
the world.
there was
when
nothing
they
worse.
jammed
Just
one of those things up your nose.
It was
I
so
hated that so
excruciating.
much.
It was so excruciating. Anything really with a Q-tip when they do it, when they
never
swab your
want to
throat.
I never want to do that again. I never want to put the stuff up my nose again.
You ever push a Q-tip in your ear too far? And you're like, oh, I feel like I'm going to die.
Pop your eardrum or something.
Use a barbecue skewer. Yeah, that could work. But no, you can do the farmer's blow, all of it. But it just, nothing is as satisfying. You hit it yesterday. I'm glad you admitted it because then now we can all admit it.
That was the topic wheel. Was it a gross habit?
Bad habit
that you wish you
can't
could
cook,
that,
can't kick.
And there's something about getting in the car too. I keep waiting to go home, open Twitter. Like, oh my God, I just saw Woodsy knuckle deep on the 5 driving home because I feel like it's every day. Sorry.
Glad you got it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was, I almost sent a picture to you guys.
Please don't.
I'm glad you
did.
I'm glad you did.
Next time I will.
I'll take your word for it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I really will.
Next time I will.
What'd you do with it afterwards?
I rolled it up and threw it.
Out the window?
No, on my floorboard.
Gross.
I know. My floorboard it's a
Do
place.
you wash your car yourself or do you take it to the car wash occasionally?
I do it all.
I feel bad for the guys who then have to vacuum your floor.
So what I'll do is I will empty because I throw like Zyn and stuff down there, and I've got kids, and there's crumbs, and there's wrappers, and there's you name it. It's
back seat or
disgusting.
front seat?
Front seat.
Front seat floor is passenger floor.
Passenger floor is just a
garbage can.
Cesspool.
It's a garbage can.
It's a garbage can. And then about twice a week, I'll pick it up, empty it, put it back, and I'll run the hose
you'll take
over
the
it.
mat as
and
hold it out,
shake it out,
shake it into a trash can, and put it back.
Then so at my house, I spray the mats and I leave them outside, and then I put them back in. So when I'm the guy, I have to clean my car before I take it in to get it cleaned. Does that make sense? Like I take it, it's dirty, but I take it picked up. I don't make them do all the legwork and stuff.
See, I like cleaning kind of as I go. So there's only all right, if I ever have a piece of trash, I just grab it and take it with me. I never leave it in the car.
Oh, every time I stop for gas, I do a full clean out, unload. Every time. But I will just have a protein shake and I'll throw it on the ground.
So, every time I stop my car, I will take everything out. So if I have 2 pieces of trash or a empty can, I will never leave it in the car. I will always take it out immediately.
I get a little bit of a stack and then I empty it. Then I get a little bit of a stack. It's how I handle dishes. It's how I handle life. I let things pile up a little bit, then I knock it all out.
Like from the parking machine, the tab that you get, I will immediately remove that from the car as soon as I don't need it anymore.
Listen, different strokes for different folks. It's why a nice car will always be lost on me because I'm very rough on them. And then with the kids, why on planet Earth would you? It's people that are able to have children and maintain a clean, detailed looking car, and they exist. I've seen them. I know people like that. It's beyond the capabilities. I looked in the back seat the other day. Taylor took a bag of sunflower seeds and was like, I have sunflower seeds.
Oh my God.
Dude, I have a smoky barbecue sunflower seeds all over the back of my car. All over. I'm like, cool, man. Thanks for that.
No, I'm not that guy whose my car is a temple.
Right.
And it always has to be perfect. Like I'll eat in my car. If I grab lunch, I may just sit in the front seat and eat my sandwich there, which I know can lead to crumbs, but then I'll try to clean it up the best I can before I go on with my day. But I don't mind. I know that's not going to be perfect. Old oil may drip somewhere. It's not the end of the world.
How often do you guys wash your car or go through the car wash?
So I go through the car wash maybe once every 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Not nearly that often.
They get me
every
with
3 to 4 weeks.
I always come up with a reason to not wash my car.
It's about to rain.
It's about to rain. I'm about to drive through the desert to Arizona.
It's going to be covered with bugs. Yeah.
And then I get back. I'll do it when I get back. But then it's like, oh, it's just about to rain again or whatever. And it's just like, why am I doing this now? So it always ends up being like 2 to 3 months.
It's a lot less for me now because my commute is
1 second
so short, and my car's in a garage overnight. So it's like it's just not getting a whole lot of wear and tear, even on the outside, on the exterior. So just don't get it washed.
There's a tier 1 that my wife found and did her car, and then he's done mine too before. But I've actually told, his name's Marcos. He's a great dude. I said, bro, I'm not going to subject you to mine. Just handle her. Like, it's not that I don't think you do a great job. You don't
deserve it.
I don't deserve it, number one. But number two, like, I don't want to subject you to like a 4-hour detail of something I don't really care about all that much. It's utilitarian for me. It's get me from A to B. I'll clean it out when I go. It's just a car has never been my thing.
You know what's nice is that's a good gift.
It's a great
gift somebody like a mobile detailing service.
Phenomenal.
I think my mother-in-law did that for Megan one year, and it was just like, you're already home from work that week and they come by, and then
you sit there,
you come back out in your car next time. It looks like it's brand new off the lot. It's really well done.
I've talked to him after doing mine before, and he was like, man, I go, yeah, we're good, dude. I don't care. I don't care that much about it.
I do have the odd feeling of satisfaction when you go to the self-service one with your own vacuum where you can do it yourself and put in the quarters.
I never get anything.
I've got one right around the corner of my house.
And I never get anything
sometimes I
done.
won't wash the car outside, but I'll do the vacuuming on the inside if I feel like it needs it. And it's always very satisfying, and you get into the crevices.
See, I feel like it's not strong enough for what I need it to be. It's $2, and so it's 8 quarters to pump in. You get 5 minutes, I think.
5 minutes. So you got to efficiently
so
time yourself and move around. I enjoy that game. It feels
like that game?
An arcade game. Like, I've only got so much time. I've got to get every level done. So I've got to be efficient and get through this, get past the big boss.
I feel like I half-ass it every time I go in there, and I feel like it doesn't get the job done.
You can always add more quarters and get more time if you need to at the end.
I feel like probably once a month. I went and got my wife's car cleaned yesterday, and it was
a nice move.
Drive through.
Make us look like crap.
Yeah. It was just a drive-through one. Paid like $18.
Yeah.
They're getting expensive, dude. Paid $18, but you do have they get free vacuum service for you. You got to do it yourself, or you can pay extra and they'll do it for you.
I just saw, dude, just now this morning, I got an email from Sirius XM satellite radio, which I
job offer.
No, I mean, you want to talk about that's the holy grail, is be able to get on and be like, F you, like whatever I want would be great. But I get an email this morning, and you tell me if I'm wrong. Hey, we're raising the price of Sirius XM. Okay. How much? They're raising it by $2, not $1. From $9.99 to $11.99, or from $11.99 to $13.99.
2 is the new one.
So you got Sirius?
Yeah.
You talking about Sirius?
Yeah, the app.
You only pay $11?
Something like that.
No, it's more than that.
I got the.
I pay it's like $28 a month.
I got the email this morning. I meant to.
What kind of plan are you on? I want that. No, I'm genuinely curious. I'm pretty sure I pay like $27.99 a month for Sirius.
Okay, Apple. Here it is, right here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. From Apple, it says subscription price increase. Sirius XM app. New price is $11.99. Old is $9.99. Maybe so. Am I still at a deal at $11.99?
Seems like it.
Apparently, you're
Do
at
you
a
not
great
have
deal.
an
I'm at a
actual
horrible
Sirius
deal.
radio?
I don't have one in my
only
car.
Have the app? Is there like
I only have the app.
price?
Yep.
That might be the difference.
That
I have
might
it. I
be.
have it through my car.
Well, I just run it through my car,
right,
whenever I want it.
But it's like it attaches to your radio or whatever.
Right.
Maybe that's why.
$2 though. I thought I was like, that's brazen.
Yeah, well, I think
isn't it usually all right, let's jack up the prices. We're gonna do it 99 cents.
Everyone's like, Paulie, call them ASAP.
Now, I mean, you want to raise prices
fair,
as much as you can without their customer base throwing up a stink.
But I am the customer base that usually just rolls with this, and even I was like,
too much.
Wait a minute.
Then it was too much.
I'm not canceling. They got me because I got to hear Stern. I like MLB Network Radio.
This is all a good reminder that Ben and Woods remains
free,
100% free.
100% free.
All of our Odyssey content remains 100% free.
Actually, no. From now on, it's $1.99. We're going up $2. Would you guys pay $2 a month for Ben and Woods? I think you would.
I hope so.
I hope so.
The price increase.
So, all right. Yeah, Paulie, you need to.
Yeah, Megan says we're paying a ton because I manage that subscription.
Imagine.
To be fair, it was a gift. She was like, I want you to have Sirius.
Yeah.
So she signed up and said, you're set. You're good. But I also have access to our bank account. And I know that it's like $28 a month.
That's bananas, dude.
And I just thought that's how much Sirius costs because that's how much it's been for me for a while.
Eric says the tier 1 membership is $5.99 a month. Not anymore. It's $7.99 a month. If this is the new way, why shouldn't we then be involved in this?
Well, it's a percentage increase as well. I mean, if something you're already charging $97 for, it goes up to $98. That's barely anything. But
Right.
something you're charging $5 for goes up to $7. That's a huge
It's
percentage
a huge
increase.
percentage. What's the percentage that I just went up?
You went up about 15, 20%. Yeah.
Man, that's a lot. I'm still not canceling. You know,
in the moment here, Jake upgraded his membership for another 31 months and says, "I'll happily pay a premium for that."
Thank you, Jake.
Sweet angel,
What a
Jake.
guy.
I believe we do have, Paulie will let us know, but I believe a member stream is coming up within
Monday.
the next week or so. Monday
Yep. Monday.
is the plan.
Can't wait.
That you do get something for your membership.
How are we going to raise the bar after the last? That wasn't a member stream. That was just a live stream.
That's true.
We really raised
Oh,
the
yeah.
bar. What's next? What are you willing to try now on camera?
That's not what member streams are.
I thought it was Zen.
Not what
Maybe.
will Ben try?
What will Ben do? Here, let me see your wiener real quick.
Not
Straight
fear
up here.
factor. It's not fear factor.
Hit it with a hammer. All right, let's go to break.
All right, we've got a game of Take on Woods coming up next. If you want to be our contestant, start dialing right now, 833-288-0973, music, movie, or TV trivia for a chance to win the trip to Las Vegas, 833-288-0973. TiVo chimes in and says, I own a black car. Ain't no way I'm waiting 2 weeks to wash it. That's why I always have gray cars. I've had a string of gray cars for the last 25 years that you never really can tell if they're clean or dirty, so it doesn't matter.
Isn't black cars also
Black cars,
hide dirt?
no, black
Better than-
cars show
better
dirt
than
more
white cars.
White and black are the two worst for showing dirt. Gray, I don't know. Is it clean? Is it not clean? You can't really tell from a distance. So that's why I go with the gray cars. All right, we'll come back with Take on Woods next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It's away from spring training, Sammy in Peoria. All guests on Ben Woods, courtesy of the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it is better. But before we do that, got a contestant on the line. Let's play today's game of Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We've had a run of movie categories lately. We'll see if that keeps up or changes today with Chris as our contestant. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Have you ever played before? First timer?
No, I played once before. I didn't do too great. So
Once before? Well, Redemption Tour begins right now with your choice of 3 categories. If you beat or tie Woods, of course, you will be into our March Vegas grand prize drawing for a 2-night stay at the Fountain Blue Las Vegas and a $150 resort credit. Watch all the games in March at the Fontainebleau with expansive screens, great food and drinks, exclusive room rates, and the pools and day clubs open. Book your stay at FontainebleauLasVegas.com. All right, here are your choices. We got music, all 2-second songs, all with whistling in them. Whistle while you work. We've got TV, Alien Invasion, 5 TV shows about aliens living among us. And our new movies category is Last Chance. 5 movie titles that include the word last. So, music, whistle while you work, TV, Alien Invasion, or movies, Last Chance. Chris, what would you like to play?
Let's go with the music.
Music. All right. Whistle while you work. We've got all 2-second songs. Been a while since we've done one of these. Tier 1, Doug provided another music category for us. 5 songs that all include distinctive parts that are whistled. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of the 5 as you can. And again, they're all 2-second songs. So you need to identify both the song title and the artist to score the point for each of the 5. Chris, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Paul, you got the file? You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. The category is whistle while you work. Your time begins when Paulie plays the first song. Good luck, Chris. Let's take on Woods.
Walk Like an Egyptian.
Bye.
Who sings that? Pass.
All right, song number 2.
Pass.
Song number 3.
Regulators, Warren G.
Correct. Song number 4.
Pass.
Song number 5.
Patience, Guns N' Roses.
Correct. Go back to song number 1. You just need the artist.
Walk Like an Egyptian.
Come on.
Running out of time. It's
the Bengals.
Yes, very good. I was going to give you the Cincinnati. No. You got 3. Not bad. Walk Like an Egyptian, Regulate, and Patience. You missed Wind of Change by the Scorpions, and Goodbye Stranger by Supertramp. I don't know if 3 is going to be enough on this category, Chris, but you got a shot. All right, Chris's score is locked in. Let's bring Woods back from his isolation. Music today. I know. All 2-second songs today as well. Okay. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the first song. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Chris.
Walk Like an Egyptian, the Bengals.
Correct. Song number 2.
Winds of Change by the Scorpions.
Correct. Song number 3.
That is Regulate by Warren G.
Correct. Song number 4.
Goodbye Stranger by Supertramp.
Correct. Song number 5.
Patience by Guns N' Roses.
That's a 5 for 5. Yeah, Chris, not 3 wasn't going to cut it against Woods. In Tier 1, Doug.
Whistling.
Doug. Yeah, came up with Whistle While You Work category.
Pretty
for
good,
us there.
dude.
Yep.
Pretty good.
5 songs with distinctive whistles in them.
I would like to play at some point the 1-second game. You know, the game where it's
really,
like,
what you'd be very dangerous at that game.
I'm pretty good with that stuff. Those songs.
1 second's a little bit longer than you even think.
It is.
Here's
I may
second.
have a round of that for the extravaganza this year. A round
Here's
of
the
1
first
second
1
songs.
second of like the Walk Like an Egyptian clip.
Done.
Oh, that'd be easy.
easy.
I get that one.
It's super easy.
Here's half a second.
Done.
That's a little bit tougher.
I get that too.
Oh, I wonder how.
Half-second songs.
I mean, if I know the song, I know the song.
Right.
You just know way more songs than I do.
That's true.
Could you do here's the first half second of Winds of Change.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
You got that, no
In a
problem.
heartbeat.
Half a second.
In a heartbeat. You ever see Jack White do the Beatles trick? What? I would nail that. Did you ever see Jack White do the Beatles? It's absolutely stunning. It's 1 second. It's
that
every
much of the
song.
A lot of Beatles songs are kind of similar. That's interesting.
It is every single Beatles song he knows by one note.
All right, Paulie, pick it quickly. Just pick a random song famous that you've got. Like you just can you quickly and just See how you can do it. Just like neither of us know what it is.
I don't know what's coming.
No category, no idea. You can pick anything you want in the world and just play like a second of it, just like a quick boom.
Yeah. Here.
I know this is tough. I'm putting you on the spot
You
here
are, but hang on.
because I'm curious.
Half a second.
Because we just heard all those, so you kind of already knew what was coming.
Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Oh, that's
no idea.
Butterfly by Crazy Town.
Wow.
Yeah, easy.
See, this is good. All right,
It's like you either know it or you don't.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. I
That's
wouldn't have
really
known that one,
good.
but that was very impressive, Woods.
You're my butterfly.
All right, we will take a quick timeout. When we come back, Sammy Levitt.
It's Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone by Bill Withers.
Ain't no.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Ain't no.
That is coming up next out to Peoria, Arizona on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
You could play just like the first second of that disclaimer.
Oh,
I
would
what's
know it.
coming up.
Yeah, 100%.
It's time for us
Gambling
to talk.
problem?
Yep, got it. 7 Mile Casino. 7 minutes from downtown.
Gambling problem?
Sounds like Hacksaw now. Gambling problem.
Gambling problem. Gambling problem.
You don't have to have a problem. Just go down to 7 Mile Casino and use it for recreation and fun. Sit down at one of their card tables because it is fun at 7 Mile Casino. It's upscale, it's friendly, it's comfortable. It's San Diego's best place to play cards.
That's exactly right. Got all the card games that you're looking for. They got Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat, and of course California-style blackjack.
And they've got a restaurant, Sammy's at 7 Mile, which not only has the great regular menu at Sammy's with the pizzas, the pastas, the chopped salads, but they also have the 24/7 players menu available any time of the day, any day of the week. Hey, 3 a.m., you're hankering for Kung Pao chicken. They've got you covered, and it's the best version I have ever had. You really need to check out the 24/7 players menu at Sammy's.
It's so good. You don't think about them having the best Kung Pao chicken out there. You know what I mean?
Really,
and it's
really
just
good.
7 minutes from downtown.
really
It
good.
really is elite. So check it out for yourself, guys. It is 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got a message in the chat from Marg5446. Any chance you guys could shout out my 10-year-old Logan? Went yard over the fence.
Nice.
San Marcos Little League. I go, bro, you got it.
Over the fence at 10 is impressive.
That is very impressive, dude. I love that. Congratulations, Logan. Keep swinging them.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim-ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say radio for a free month of service. Definitely a pool week out at spring training in Peoria. It's hot. Sammy Levitt will join us from Arizona right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Ket Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Tow truck helping to clear a crash on the fast lane, westbound 8, right before College. Further west on the 8, right at the southbound 5 connector, we have reports of a stalled car over to the right shoulder. And northbound 5 near the 54 accident clearing stage in the center of 5. We still have this accident on southbound 805 right before H Street. That is over to the right shoulder. In the North County, crash clearing on southbound 15 just past El Norte Parkway. Another accident up ahead before Villa Rancho. Looks like that is over to the right shoulder. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All of our spring training coverage presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com, and we are joined by spring training. Sammy, do you have a pool in your Airbnb complex that you can enjoy during these hot final days of spring training?
I do not. I have about a, I don't know, 10-foot by 5-foot patch of artificial grass to go out and enjoy. So I guess I could lay out there, but no pool available to me. Although many resorts here in the area, and if you want it bad enough, you can find a way in. So who knows what tomorrow's off day could provide. We'll see.
Paulie and I did a day pass out there, and it was one of the most outstanding experiences of our entire lives. Sammy, what do the nights look like for you in Peoria? I saw your day yesterday picking up lunch. What are the nights for Sam? young, virile Samuel Levitt look like in Peoria, Arizona?
Bottled blonde
I would
every
say,
night?
Yeah.
I would say bottled blonde. I would say this year, it's probably been the least social I've been. It's been a lot of going back to the Airbnb. It's been a lot of picking up dinner. I've had plenty of dinners with friends. I saw a couple of friends in Scottsdale after the game when U.S. played Dominican. But yeah, it's quiet. I mean, go home from the complex after the game, make dinner, heat something up from Trader Joe's, and work on some stuff and kind of go to bed early. So it has not been that crazy, to be honest with you, whatsoever. I feel like I've done probably a little bit more socializing in prior years, but it's been quiet. But you're in Peoria, so
yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
Crystal methamphetamine, that's a good spot for you. If you don't, it could get a little boring at night.
Sammy, Craig Stammen's been very non-committal about his starters. I thought perhaps after Walker Buehler's performance, he might say something to the effect of, yeah, looks like he's got the inside track, or, there's a spot, waiting for him. He's done what we wanted to see, but
what is the rush on
he's
that?
Really not. Well, he says there's none at all.
Is it just for reporters, though? Is it like
I don't know.
for us and our edification, Sammy?
Well, I think, it was interesting yesterday, Ben, because I probably asked not as pointed of a question as you'll hear me ask Craig Stammen, but I did try to get him to go in the direction after the game yesterday of, hey, I know you said earlier today that you'd wait till you the last possible moment to make roster decisions, but is Walker Buehler putting himself in that conversation towards making it? And he very much gave kind of a stock answer of there's a lot of competition, did not commit, to your point, Ben. So look, I totally get it. I think they don't want to tip their hand. I think they do want this to be a competition till the end. In fact, I don't think we'll find out who's, breaking camp with the team until that workout on Wednesday, a week from tomorrow. I don't think we'll know that coming out of spring training on Monday. But I will say this about Walker Buehler, just to take your question in that direction. It's very hard for me to see a world based on what he's done, the Padres' needs, and I think his track record and what he's been saying, a world where this guy is not going to be in the starting rotation at the beginning of the year. He's been very good. I thought yesterday's outing was another good one. 5 scoreless innings, 7 strikeouts. He's working in and out of trouble. Yes, he's not throwing upper 90s anymore, but you know what? He's throwing 93, 94, and he talked about it after the game. He's a guy that coming out of high school and pitching at Vanderbilt was more of a pitchability guy. So it's getting back to that. It's getting back to figuring out how to pitch without the upper 90s fastball. And it just feels like between that, being with a pitching group that is so good at seemingly finding the best out of guys, and I think most importantly, guys, he's saying he's fully healthy for the first time in a long time, that his elbow is allowing him to do things that he has not been able to do in a long time. So I think for all those reasons, it's becoming, I think, much clearer here that he's going to be one of the guys out of camp. But to your point, Craig Stammen would not commit to that after the game. And quite frankly, I don't know that we're going to see him commit to that until the Wednesday before opening day.
Yeah, which, like you said, there's so many things that can happen. I mean, Walker Buehler looked great yesterday and the elbow doesn't hurt, but you could wake up today and it does. And you could wake up today and something doesn't feel right. It's so tenuous with really every pitcher. It's got to be the most nerve-wracking thing for a manager. It's so tense. You're like, how are my guys feeling? It's a long season. You're gonna need a bunch of arms.
Well, I think to Craig's point yesterday, it's smart when you really think about it to wait until the last possible moment to make those roster decisions before opening day. Because let's say it's Monday or it's Sunday here, and you tell guys they're not making the team and you reassign them or whatever it might be, and then somebody gets hurt in the next few days, which you don't want to happen, but is fully possible, then I can see a scenario where it's a little awkward than having to go back to that guy and maybe his confidence takes a hit. So it makes a lot of sense. I think it's probably more frustrating for us on the media side of things to I guess, break camp on Monday and not have the answers, but they will come. And I think from a strategic standpoint, it is probably wise to wait until that last possible day you can make those decisions and then let people know what the deal is. But yeah, I fully expect that there's a chance that they may break camp on Monday. And, two guys that I think are definitely battling right now in Miranda and France, they may both show up to the workout at Petco Park on Wednesday, and we may not at least publicly know yet who's making the team. So stuff like that is fully possible.
Sammy, Craig Stammen may have inadvertently created some national headlines yesterday. Not his fault, but his comments about Mason Miller and whether or not he's going to be available for Team USA tonight in the championship. He was very non-committal about that as well. That's a decision they do have to make it today and let Mark DeRosa know. Everyone in the country wants Mason Miller available tonight. The Padres seem not quite as excited about that possibility. What are you hearing on that topic?
Well, as of yesterday, it was TBD. There was no commitment either way. I think there was certainly an acknowledgement, and I'm not there in Miami, so I don't want to speak out of turn because I haven't talked to Mason about it, but that Mason wants to pitch, which you fully understand based on the circumstances and the game and him being a competitor and an athlete and a really good competitor and athlete at that. But you're right. Yesterday it was non-committal. It sounded like it had not been decided either way, but there was an acknowledgement that, of course, Mason wants to pitch. So I'm sure that Craig will get asked about it here in about an hour again. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure whether Craig will give us a concrete answer or not. But based on 3 outings in 5 days and it's March, I would assume there's serious conversation going on as to whether he's going to be available tonight or not. I don't know what direction it'll go, but we may have an answer here shortly if Craig is willing to provide that. And look, for all I know, he's going to view it as, hey, this is not, we'll have the conversations, but this is like for Mark DeRosa to deal with as far as whether he's available or not. So we'll see. I'm not sure.
And just final thing, Luis Camposano, I know there were some comments about him yesterday, had a double in the game, but caught well with Walker Buehler, and they sent a couple of catchers down to minor league camp. Does it seem like he is definitely online to be the backup to Freddie Fermin now?
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. Look, I think it's been that way the whole time, and he did have the double yesterday. It's no secret. Offensively, it's been a struggle in the Cactus League for him. But I think Craig and the Padres have made it very, very clear 2 things. Number one, at the start of spring training, that this was going to be his job, and he was going to be given, and we talked about it a month ago at this point, he was going to be given a runway to have this job and see what he can do with it at the start of the season. And it's also been very clear that their priority for him right now was defense and working with the pitching staff. And as long as he was doing the things they wanted from him on that front, that it was going to be his job. And Craig got asked about it the other day, kind of point blank, like, is there room for a competition for that second catcher spot? And Craig essentially shut it down and said it's Campy's spot. So we're going to see when the season starts how it all shakes out and how he does offensively and on the catching side of things as well. But it's been very clear from the start of spring training that this was going to be Campy's spot, and that has not changed, amidst some of his offensive struggles here in the Cactus League. It's going to be his spot. He's going to get runway to play and get more consistent at bats and see what he can do. And we'll see how it shakes out during the regular season.
Sammy Levitt, enjoy your off day tomorrow. Always appreciate it. And one more day down and one more day closer to opening day.
Yes, one more day down. Maybe I'll find a pool for tomorrow.
Attaboy.
We'll see.
Sam Levitt, presented by David P. Shapiro, Criminal Defense Attorneys. It's interesting, the different strategies you can have with players. You can tell Randy Vasquez,
yes,
you're in a competition, even though it's beyond obvious. He's got to be one of the starting pitchers. You tell him, yeah, no, you're competing. Luis Campusano, you go, nope, you got the job.
It's yours.
It's yours. We want you to feel comfortable knowing it's yours and think maybe that will unlock what we're trying to unlock, and stop with the uncertainty. Stop with every time you ground out, this could be your last at bat on a major league level. Feel comfortable for a change. That you actually have a job in the big leagues, and we're not going to send you down 5 minutes later because we didn't like what you did in a certain game.
It's different scenarios for each player. Each player has to be managed individually. You cannot manage, the guys like you would a military unit. It just doesn't work that way in professional sports.
Ruben coming up to Randy Vasquez now and being like, hey, you're doing well in that competition
grinding
for the 4 or 5 spot.
Then he just laughs. Yeah,
like,
you're like,
oh, okay.
All right, sounds good. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, how you feeling over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, everybody good? Herman and JP, yeah, you guys are kicking ass. Sure, you don't need me.
I'm competing. Yeah, I'm definitely.
That actually would it could be counterintuitive.
And maybe they've told Randy privately
they
at this point that you're good to go now.
Yeah, you're in there.
Don't get hurt.
You made the rotation.
Nice job.
I've been called away to a meeting. Ooh.
You have been called away to a meeting.
Yeah, should I be nervous?
Did they ask you to bring?
They didn't ask me to bring my key card.
Bring your playbook.
I'll be back.
All right, Woods is heading to a meeting. We will come back. I actually do have a little Padres news from Robert Murray, or at least speculation about the pitching staff. Get to that and more coming up. Final hour. Ben Woods next on 97.3 The Fan. We're still missing a member of the threesome. Final hour of Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan.
So we'll get rid of his camera for now.
Woods will be back soon, but he's not back yet from the meeting that he was called into. You know what that means. Because Paulie will put up with it, whereas Woods will not. Basketball Ben gets to come out for a couple of minutes.
I like basketball Ben better than golf Ben, so
it's a good time. It's a good time of year for basketball Ben. We've got the first games of the NCAA tournament coming up tonight. First 4 matchups, which are I think they're all on True TV. Is that not the case? I think
you're right.
I believe we get nothing but True TV for the next couple of days. 16 games can be kind of fun, but they're just going to get wiped out in their next game. So the big games would be Texas, NC State tonight at 6:15 on True TV. And then tomorrow, Miami of Ohio. One loss, Miami of Ohio against SMU, also at 6:15 on True TV.
That team we talked about them a little bit last week, I think. They were one of the weirdest seasons in college basketball history, where they were 30-1? 31-1?
They were 31-0 going into the MAC tournament.
So they
lost their first game in the MAC tournament.
But
they barely made the NCAA tournament.
The teams that they played were so bad that with even just one loss on their whole season, they barely got into the tournament.
I get both arguments. How can you leave a team out that went 31-1? But you have the metrics for a reason. I mean, you don't want teams to just schedule like, hey, let's just play nothing but the absolute worst. We'll schedule some D2 teams. We'll schedule the absolute worst D1 teams all season. And then if we can win them all, they have to put us in, because they've set the precedent now that if you win all your games, no matter how weak your schedule is, they have to put you into the NCAA tournament. They don't. I mean, that's why you have metrics.
Yeah.
Now, I have compassion for the mid-major schools that, they don't get to schedule big conference teams. No one wants to come and play them on their home court. San Diego State has that problem as well, that teams don't want to come play them at Viejas Arena because they feel like that's an easy way to take an L. So, they have to get into these tournaments like the Players Era to even get these games. If they weren't in, think about this. If San Diego State was not invited to the Players Era tournament the last couple of years, they wouldn't have got in 2 years ago, because that's where they beat Houston, which was the only chance they got, because they wouldn't have been able to schedule that game. And they wouldn't have even had a chance probably this year, because they wouldn't have had a strength of schedule high enough to have a net ranking high enough to even be considered. So, that's very fortunate that San Diego State has been able to compete in that Players Era Classic in Las Vegas for scheduling purposes, because otherwise Dutch has, tough time scheduling. It should get better next year.
If they didn't have that tournament to just start the year with a nice $1 million that is coming your way in NIL money, they would be so screwed as a program.
Yeah, it should be better next year as they leave the Mountain West, leave some of the lesser schools behind, and you add 2 games against Gonzaga in your conference every single year that you don't have to worry about scheduling. You're automatically going to play them home and away every single year.
For me personally, and I guess it's pessimistic, it feels like we're joining the Mountain West 2.0.
In football, for sure.
Yeah.
In
but
basketball,
even in basketball,
it's a pretty decent conference.
Can't you see a down season in the new Pac-12 where Gonzaga is the only team that gets in because they're going to get in every year?
No, I think the new Pac-12 will be at least a 2-bid league every year. Won't always be San Diego State, but it could be Boise State. I know Washington State and Oregon State have been down, but they should be able to recruit, competitive basketball teams from time to time. I think that they'll have a decent chance, and it'll be at least a 2-bid league. And it's remember, it's only a 9-team basketball league to start. So, even 2 is a good percentage of the teams getting in every single year. I also want to talk a little bit of NBA. Really haven't been paying a ton of attention, but my son he watches a lot of Spurs games, so he turned it on last night. They won. I know you saw the Lakers game the other day where they had to beat the Nuggets by getting a missed free throw by Austin Reeves, rebounded, and he scores to force overtime, and they go on and win. But the NBA has an issue right now. If you look at the standings, it's pretty crazy. There's still 15 games or so to go in the regular season, so another month plus of the regular season. there's almost like a 99% chance that I could tell you all 20 playoff teams right now. There is zero competition. If you go in the Western Conference, the number 10 team, the last play-in team, the Portland Trailblazers, 33-36, they're 9 games ahead of the number 11 team.
So they're going to
the Memphis Grizzlies.
So they're going to be a playoff team with a sub 500 record.
Well, they may get to 500.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. I mean, there are with 10 playoff teams, you're going to have sub 500 in both conferences every year. That's pretty much guaranteed.
God, they gotta fix
the battle now is to try to get out of the play-in games. Like 7-6 is 2 games apart from Phoenix to Minnesota. But there's no competition for the playoffs anymore. There are either the playoff teams and they are the tankers. And Memphis is the tanker. They've lost 8 in a row. And you've got 10. So Oklahoma City, San Antonio, LA Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Suns, Clippers, Warriors, and Blazers. Those are your 10 playoff teams. And we already know it with a month left in the season.
Take a deep breath. You're getting a little basketball Benny.
I know. And then the East isn't really any better. At the 10th seed right now is the Charlotte Hornets, who are 500. And they're 5.5 games ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the 11th seed. So unless Milwaukee goes on an incredible run and they've lost 8 of their last 10, the 10 teams in the East are the Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Magic, Raptors, Heat, Hawks, 76ers, and Hornets. No competition.
My phone is blowing up. Everybody is wondering where Woods is. Could he be getting fired right now? And we're sitting here talking about the NBA playoffs.
I think that would be appropriate, right? No, I told he'll be back in just a minute or two.
Oh, it's been a minute or two. It's been like 12.
Maybe the meeting's going really well. Maybe we'll, I don't know, have some big news from Woods when he comes back. I'm just
Woods
not going to
got
worry.
Fired mid-show. Maybe he's getting a drug test.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Woods suspended for 80 shows after testing positive for PEDs. No, that's Jeremy Woods in Philadelphia.
I guarantee you he would test positive for PEDs right now. Actually, no, he had to go off his PEDs because they're trying to have the third.
Oh,
baby.
yeah, he might be okay.
So he might actually be okay for the first time in years that he's off the PEDs. Meanwhile, that Padres, I wouldn't call it news from Robert Murray, but at least a little speculation. He did a Q&A from the Baseball Insiders, and he said, someone asked him about Lucas Giolito, why he hasn't signed yet, where he might land, and this is what Robert Murray said, Paulie. Quote, I've said for weeks that the San Diego Padres are a great fit, considering 1, the questions in their rotation, and 2, how A.J. Preller loves stockpiling pitching depth. Adding Giolito this close to opening day, especially with the questions surrounding Joe Musgrove's status coming off Tommy John surgery, would be a no-brainer move. Preller should consider it, and I believe he is. Adding Giolito would give the Padres the necessary depth it needs ahead of opening day. I mean, we've talked about it a few times this last month.
What's he going to command?
I don't know.
At this point of the spring.
That's the big question. I mean, the Padres are certainly working with a budget. We know that.
Right.
It's not unlimited, but they might still have some room to spend depending on, the Yu Darvish situation. And, I think they already kind of have an idea of where that's going, even if it's not official. They may have some money to spend. Is it worth it? I think is the question, to spend it on Lucas Giolito.
All right. Well, let me ask you: is it more likely, in your opinion,
he made
$19.5
million last year, and he had a decent year?
How
so
much?
He's probably looking for at least that or more.
I mean, is he ready to go? Is he ready to start in April?
That's another question. Has he been building up on his own,
or are we talking like a May 1st type thing?
He can't. I'm sure he's not an idiot. I think
has to be
any
like
pitcher. Any pitcher who's trying to sign a contract is trying to get ready at least enough where they feel like they are progressing and getting closer. It may not be exactly what the Padres would want him to be doing, but I can't believe he's going to show.
Be somewhat.
He's going to sign, going to show up and go, no, I haven't picked up a ball since last season. I'll be ready in about a month and a half. That would be insanely stupid. So I've got to figure that Lucas Giolito is keeping ready, close to ready for the season.
Is he like the only remaining pitcher name that you would even consider signing?
Who else is out there?
So I was going to ask
Patrick Corbin. Did he ever sign? I
pass.
The guy who is going to throw 200 innings with a 6
Padres
ERA.
$1 million.
I just don't want it.
More likely that they sign, whether it's Giolito or somebody else, or a trade then to maybe acquire more pitching.
It's possible either way. But
I know it's possible either way. I was asking, what do you think is more likely?
I think
AJ Preller, anything's possible.
I always think the trade is more likely with AJ Preller.
I think so too.
Yeah, some sort of financially creative deal.
I don't know. Ever since Woods told him, to his face, like 3 weeks ago or whenever that was, like I still feel like you got a trade cooking. That sat with me. I'm like, he has not been very active with trades lately.
The other part of this equation that we don't know, we know that the sale is nearing its conclusion. Maybe they have an idea of who they're going to pick at this point. Maybe they're even quietly communicating with the next owner of the San Diego Padres, who's going to have a say and go, hey, all right, if this works out like we all think it's going to, and we're going to buy the Padres, I would like us to have a little more pitching depth. And I'm okay if you go out and spend something on a pitcher at this point.
Is there
I don't know if that's a conversation or not.
Is there like a transition period when these sales happen where it's like what needs to happen procedurally before, and like how soon can a new owner get approved and then start making decisions like that? Like, we're going to add payroll.
Not 100% an expert on this, but as I understand it, once the Padres make their decision on the new owner and accept the bid, it will then go to a vote of all the owners. And that will take some time and probably wait until the next regularly scheduled meeting. But while that happens, the new owner will begin the process of, integrating into the organization. They won't have control. They won't have final decision-making power. That will still rest with John Seidler, the chairman, until the major league owners fully approve it. But any new owner who's expected to be approved, and they'll know whether it's very likely you're going to be approved, or this could be a tough approval, so let's not do anything yet. If they're expected to be approved, they can probably say, hey, this is going to be on me in a month, after the vote, I'd like to do this. And they would probably have some say in decision-making going forward once the bid is accepted.
Got it. That'll be interesting. That'll be really.
David says Ben's off the rails. There's no group close enough to a purchase to be having those conversations. David doesn't know. I know we're getting close. I mean, the 4 finalists, whoever they are, were touring the spring training complex. There is a decision. Not right now, there's no group, I don't think, that has any say at this moment. But within the next 2 weeks, there might be. There might be someone soon that has some say. They won't be approved, but I definitely think we're getting close to the point where the Padres are going to make a decision on a bid.
Yeah.
Once that decision is made, whether it's made public immediately or not, at that point, I would think the new owner, future owner, will have at least some input into decision-making by the San Diego Padres going forward.
That's all I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know how this process works. I mean, like, if on a very speedy process, if they were able to get, select a bidder, get approval. Let's say they get approval on Monday, April 1st, if that's even the day. Can Tuesday, April 2nd, can that new owner then start?
Once you're approved, you're
doing whatever they want to do.
It's your team.
So,
you do what you want.
All right.
I don't think there's like an escrow.
I wasn't sure.
The final step is Major League Baseball approval. Now, the financial approvals and stuff, they may take more time than we think. I don't know exactly how long that process is. I'll also challenge David and say, if all 4 owners are all saying, hey, we want to be aggressive coming out of the gate, you may be able to make moves and just feel comfortable that they can do that. It's not going to change the decision-making process of any of the teams. If you're thinking there's a couple of teams and you don't want to change your financials at the moment, then you may not want to make a move at this point and wait until, a new owner's in and approval. It can go both ways. It doesn't necessarily mean the purse strings are open or shut completely. I'm just saying that the new ownership will be a factor as we get closer and closer to the season and closer to a decision. It will be more and more of a factor on the decision of what you're going to do with your baseball team this year.
Makes sense.
Well, let's take a quick time out and see if I'm surprised Woods wasn't back by now. So we'll try to get an update during the break. We'll come back. We'll do it. We're going to wait for him for the Roundel Report. So if he comes back, we will get started on the Roundel Report. If not, who knows what's coming up next with Ben and Woods. Stick around. More on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
The prodigal son returns.
Well, gentlemen, it's been real.
You got a lot of people worried.
Did I?
Yeah.
Terrified.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Thought you were getting fired.
Chat was panicking.
Fired for what? Being awesome?
It also seems very clear that the show only works when we're all here.
That's why, you know, I'm sorry you're getting a colonoscopy, but I need you at work Thursday,
Sorry.
man. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's just because I need you here.
Everything okay?
Everything's great.
We talked a little hoops while you were gone.
I figured as much. I actually just made a joke about that in the meeting I was at.
I had to calm him down. He actually got a little too
Did he
excited.
get fired up?
I got
we
rambunctious,
started a little NCAA, which, hey, tournament kicks off technically tonight. I get it. Everyone's filling out brackets. Then he started talking about the NBA playoffs.
Oh, God.
And Portland and
Oh,
Detroit.
God. Oh,
and
no. What happened to
I go,
you?
hang on. Hey, I go, stop.
Settle down,
Take a
settle
deep
down.
breath.
When the cat's away,
Let's calm down.
Basketball Ben will play.
Did you play the song?
I just told him to, I cut him off.
Just
I said,
calm
calm
down.
take a deep breath. And then we talked a little Padres ownership and got out of there.
Okay.
It was-
okay.
we were a
No,
little all over the place.
I actually was called down to a meeting with our sales staff to talk about some of the successes that Ben and Woods have had.
Share
And-
some of your strategies for closing the deal.
Yeah, share. You know, the funny thing is the highlight of that meeting was our audience, right? Of the incredibly loyal, dedicated, borderline insanely dedicated and loyal audience that we have been able to cultivate since we've started here on the air. And that was kind of the part of it, is like, hey man, these guys they will show up. They will support. And it's so rare these days in media at all. I mean, it's just so incredibly rare. So I was asked, we looked at some numbers and things like that. And so it was cool. It was really good.
Well, the great thing about tier ones is that if we ask them to support something,
They will do it.
They will do it, which is dangerous because if, we start sponsoring driveoffacliff.com,
right,
that will answer the question, will tier ones drive off a cliff.com?
We're not trying to,
We're not trying to go that direction.
Make a cult here.
No, but you are very loyal and we do appreciate it. Just a quick couple of notes. We were talking about Lucas Giolito. Robert Murray said he thinks the Padres are still the best fit, and AJ is talking to Lucas Giolito at this point to solve some depth issues. David J said I'm off the rails because I said, we're not that far away from a new owner, and you can start once you make the decision, you can kind of get the input at least from the new owner as to what they want to do in terms of payroll. He said they take new bids in April now. I hadn't seen that story, but trying to find some information on that. And we just saw at the break, JP Sears and Jason Adam will both pitch in a minor league game today. So Jason Adams' debut is not coming on the Cactus League field against the Seattle Mariners. It'll be more behind the scenes on a minor league. They're really slow playing Jason. He wants to get back. He wants to get going. And they are just taking him very much step by slow step.
And they just want JP
he comes back
to feel comfortable on a minor league field because that's where he's going to open the season.
Yeah. All right. Paulie's ready for a Rindle report. So why don't we do it now? We'll see how long it takes, and then we'll break one last time before the end of the show. Paulie?
Get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a
All right.
All right.
Man, I feel so much love looking in this chat. When I was gone, I just scrolled up. Holy cow.
There is a
Everybody's
story
very
from,
concerned.
story from Dennis Lynn I missed it, from 2 days ago. The second and final round of bids to purchase the Padres expected to come in early to mid-April.
Okay,
So
get your bids in,
maybe
everybody.
we're still 3 or 4 weeks away, not
You think
a
they
week
got
or
our
two.
bid?
I wonder if they got our bid.
$69.
It's like the Price is Right. If everyone goes over, we'll bid $1.
$1.
And we'll get it.
That's right.
So
Take us away, Paulie.
All right, we can start off in the NFL if you guys want to. There's
Sure.
a big trade today. Big trade.
Was there?
The Dolphins have traded Jalen Waddle to Denver just for picks. They got a first, a third, and a 4th round pick in this year's draft, according to Shefty. That's actually not
Pretty
bad.
good, man.
I'd say that's a fair trade.
And
Team's getting a decent wide receiver, and then you're getting 3 draft picks to restock.
Are they just doing a full
Looks like
kind
it.
of rebuild
Sounds
there
like
in
it.
Miami?
Yeah, looks like it.
Who's their head coach now?
they fired
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked.
Mike McDaniel.
That's right.
And they hired
Obviously, they hired.
It's obviously, you guys, it's Jeff Hafley.
Yeah, it was right on the tip of my tongue. Jeff Hafley.
Yeah.
Yeah, former Packers defensive
He's
coordinator.
the 12th head coach in Dolphins history. How did you not know that?
He's like, hell yeah, man. Rebuild. Yes. Got my first gig.
All right. I'll move on from that story because I got nothing left on it. I do have another football story, though. I think you're going to like this one, Woodsy, because it involves USC. And I understand you hate USC, but I'm curious what you think about this story.
Okay.
Matt Leinart, he appeared on his podcast that he does with Turtle from Entourage.
What a combo. I can't actually think of a better combination than Turtle from Entourage and Matt Leinart.
Jerry Ferreira is his name. So they have a podcast together, Throwbacks, I think it's called. And I'm trying to pull up the clip right now. But Matt Leinart was talking about his time at USC, and he tells a story here about some requests that USC football has made to the legend himself, the legendary Trojan, who has his number retired.
Yeah, number 11
at USC. And
he was so good.
Listen to this.
When I was at USC, I got my number retired. There's been multiple times where people at USC have asked me if I would unretire my jersey for some 5-star prospect. And do you want to know what I told those guys straight up? I am never going to unretire my jersey for some random dude who, by the way, now could wear number 11 and transfer after a year. The only person that will ever wear my USC number 11 would be Cole, who's not there right now. He's at SMU, or two of my boys. If they end up going to USC and playing football, that is it.
I love it.
That was an edited clip, by the way. The unedited clip. He said, you know what I tell them? Absolutely effing not.
I love it.
The only kid that will ever wear number 11 is my son.
All right, but what if you truly have 5-star prospect and it comes down to Notre Dame or USC?
Not these days, man.
And the only
he'll
thing
be at
he
Notre
asks
Dame.
is, I will be there, but I need number 11. Notre Dame says fine. And so they end up getting the prospect instead of USC. Are retired numbers really that important?
To the player?
To the player?
Right.
God, yes.
Damn right they
Does the player really, are they the ones that decide?
Clearly.
USC wanted to, they could just say, fine, you have number 11. What's Matt Leinart going to do about
Well, they
this?
retired it. He didn't go to them and say,
right, I
want my number retired. They're like, all right. I think it's pretty cool. But again, in like Carlos says, like the point was made in the thing, these days in particular, I'm like, I'm not giving that kid my number because that kid's going to be playing at Oregon next year.
Right.
And then he's going to be playing at LSU the year after that. So forget it. We're going to unretire it and retire it every 3 years?
Random hypothetical example. Shohei Ohtani, when he was a free agent, let's say the Padres were all in, the Dodgers were all in, and Shohei said, I will sign with you, but I have to wear number 19.
Sorry.
And you say, okay, fine. He goes to the Dodgers and he impacts a rivalry for the next 10 years when you could have had him.
Sorry about it.
And it's that important.
Sorry about it.
Offer him number 6.
How important is a retired number?
Very.
I would say it's
Ask Tony Gwynn Jr. how important it is to him that 19
I get
retired.
it.
Do you get it? I
But
don't
would
think
you rather
do.
win World Series or have respected retired numbers?
I'd rather have respected retired numbers.
Then win
I'm
World
sure there's
Series.
a ton of players who have had numbers retired that didn't make it into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Not their team's Hall of Fame, but like the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So I understand that that's the ultimate
Correct.
prize is the Hall of Fame. But like, wouldn't your jersey number being retired by your team, that's got to be
it wouldn't be unretired. It would just
step
be
below that.
temporarily used by the player who wanted it to come to USC. And then after he was gone, it went back to being retired.
Well, then it's
for Matt
retired
Leinart.
for him.
Like Tyler says, do you want the player that's like, I need my number or I'm not coming? No. Remember that movie, The Fan, with Wesley Snipes? One guy ended up getting murdered over the number because, he wanted it so badly. Like, it's weird. The movie was horrible, but I watch it every time it's on.
I get the problematic nature of it, but my scenario was very hypothetical, and I just wanted to know what is really important to people: landing a great player or respecting a retired number. If it came down to it,
dude, I'm not the right person to ask. You're going to need to ask our afternoon host, Tony Gwynn Jr. If that had been the case, would you? Because Tony's no longer with us. Would you and your family have said, no problem? Maybe they would have been like, for Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, I'll give him that, and we'll give him it's interesting.
I guess in that random ass hypothetical.
I know, it's very random.
It would have to be the right player. And I'll be honest with you, like that echelon of player, that is the right type of player.
It has happened for big time players before.
Has it?
Other
unretired?
Yeah, other retired jerseys that may not be hugely prominent have said, yeah, absolutely, I'll let him wear my number for a few seasons.
A lot of guys give up their number. They'll trade their number. Will Myers and Blake Snell, they did some nefarious under-the-table deal that neither would never, ever talk about.
Nobody ever told us that story.
I'm like, what did you guys do? What, and why won't you tell us that, like, he bought you some TaylorMades or something? You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? A Rolex,
even if it's a car,
even if it's
like
a car.
whatever.
Like, it really made me question what's going on over there.
All right, here's an example. The Seattle Seahawks wanted to sign Jerry Rice late in his career.
Okay.
He wanted to wear number 80. They had already retired it for Steve Largent. Largent said, go ahead, let Jerry Rice wear number 80.
That's nice of him. He was
okay
alive
with
to
it.
make that call.
Yes.
Matt Leinert's alive to make that call to say no.
And it's Jerry Rice.
And it's little kids. It's 18-year-old kids going in there. Like, yeah, I need number 11. That's interesting. And good for Matt Leiner, I will say.
I think you're right. I think for college, you'd be like, no, not for this little punk ass that's going to be gone in a year.
I do think there's a difference
There's
there
a big
as well.
Jerry Rice, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think you make that decision. But I thought that was interesting. I was wondering how you would feel that as a Notre or as a USC hater.
Yeah. Thought it was
you're
cool.
on Matt Leinert's side
all
here.
day.
100%.
All
right?
day, 1,000%.
I would have been like, and he said they've been doing this. I think he said it's happened
few
multiple times, right? Like,
leave me alone.
After one time, I'd be like, never again. Do not ask me
Don't
this
ask
again.
me again. Unless it's my
The Padres can put together a dream team, but they have to wear 6 and 19 and 35 and 51. I don't want to stop the dream team from happening just because of some dumb numbers.
All right, text Trevor Hoffman right now and ask him if Mason Miller wanted to be
number 51.
He's too nice. He'd say yes. He would say yes.
He let
That's a good
Ryan.
question.
He let Ryan Helsley.
There's a better theoretical right there. If Mason Miller really wanted 51, with Trevor Hoffman,
he let Ryan Helsley. He's like, yeah, he can use Helsley.
No, Hoffy's too nice.
He's too nice.
I would say no.
Yeah,
like, you can be 52.
Yeah, 54,
50.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. All right, and then finally, we will wrap it up. I look through, I got a rotation of like 5 or 6 different websites and publications that I'll go to try to find our goofy story.
Sure.
Didn't really have one today. In fact, it was actually so slim pickings, so lean, that I did find one in the prep service, one of the prep services that are available to us. It's so bad, I thought maybe we'll just do it. Because here's the thing.
It's a good reason
The
to
prep
do so.
service is great when they like, hey, here's the list of Oscars winners from last night. Perfect. It's all broken down for you right there. It's when they try to come up with like original and funny jokes that it doesn't totally land for me.
When they're trying to do shtick.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear
St.
it.
Patrick's Day. We've talked about that this morning. I've got the top things you can do to your coworker for not wearing green today if HR prohibits you from pinching them.
Okay.
Not allowed to do that. You can't just walk up to somebody and pinch them.
Having sex with them.
You can remove a wheel from their rolling office chair.
You can hurt somebody.
Tell them to pick Prairie View A&M to win the March Madness bracket.
That's so dumb.
I should have stayed in that sales meeting.
Reheat fish in the break room microwave and then blame the smell on them.
Nefarious.
When it's their turn to do the trust fall at the corporate retreat, step backwards.
That could kill someone.
You know what's fun is a broken vertebrae for your teammate and friend.
Because they didn't wear green.
Got your ass now.
Fill their trunk with copy paper and then tell security that somebody broke into the supply closet.
I hate this. Is that it?
There's
5?
more.
Oh, there's more. Oh my god.
They don't get better. Like to the point where I'm like barely.
You didn't want to read it.
The other thing is like these services, they
Gives
always
me the shivers,
they
dude.
say like, hey, everything we give you is like for air, or else it would be like bold, like, hey, this has a curse word in it.
Right,
be
right.
careful. Says here, you could replace the photo of their loved one at their desk with Jeffrey Epstein.
Pedophilia is hysterical. It's a hysterical
Someone,
joke.
maybe even a team of someone's sat around around a table coming up with this for radio stations across the country.
Radio stations across
This is
the
what
country
they
pay-
did.
they
This
pay
is how
money.
they spent their day yesterday.
Yeah, this was on their front
presumably.
page. Like, hey, this could be a segment on your
Great
show
bit,
today.
guys. Great bit alert.
They also said you could
Come on.
You could extend the right arm of the action figures on their desk and say, "Hey, everybody, look who's a Nazi." That was their list of suggestions for how to treat a coworker for not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day when you can't pinch them because that would be breaking your HR code.
I've got a few. Have sex with their wife. Okay, that's a good one. Frame them for a murder. This is another great one. Flatten their tires so they abandon their kids at school pickup.
Push them down the elevator shaft.
That might break HR code,
true.
actually.
Throw
You
a
can't physically-
Molotov cocktail in their desk and run away. Plant cocaine in their desk and call security. This is unbelievable.
Hide a live cobra in their drawer.
Oh, man.
Bro, my head hurts. My head hurts. I was like, can't be right. Enlist them in the Marines. It's a good bit, actually. Oh,
hit by a truck.
Dude, you cut their brake lines. This is so stupid, Paulie. I can't believe it. That was actually in there. And there's some morning show in Wichita that's like, hey, I got some good ideas. What about you, Booger?
No, they're going to come back and they'll be like, Sarah, they're not allowed to pinch people anymore. But what if we did that?
Somebody, they sent this out and they hit submit. Gold. I'm sending gold.
Nick says, well, look what segment turned out being good.
Incredible.
Well, that's because we're good, not because the prep service is good.
Tyler, dude, you just call me a Nazi? Yeah, you should have worn green. Jeez, dude. I love it.
Some of them you're like, whatever, it's kind of dumb, but whatever.
But then it's like, whoa, man.
Can you imagine going to like lunch and you come back and that framed photo of your wife on your desk has been replaced.
God.
Hey, everyone, look at this creep.
Oh, my Lord. Well, thank you for that prep service. It's weird because you always disappoint, but that never disappoints. It's very strange.
I was
very strange.
Maybe they're playing 3D chess at the prep service.
Maybe.
And he goes, this is so bad.
Yeah.
This will end up being a good segment for the guys.
Brilliant, man. That's actually best stuff. That's the best stuff segment. It's so good.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios,
man.
We Know How. Final segment of Ben and Woods. Actually, there was one other local headline. Major, it's not official yet, major signing by the San Diego Wave yesterday.
I saw that.
And it's an interesting one as well. Get to that and wrap things up. Get you ready for the WBC final tonight. All coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Big news for the Wave. Now, it's not official. They have not announced it, but ESPN reported yesterday that the team is signing Katerina Macario to what is believed to be the largest contract ever for a women's soccer player, $8 million through 2030.
Nice.
And it's a really interesting story. I was learning more about Katerina yesterday. She was born in Brazil, but at age 12, without knowing any English, moved to San Diego with her family to pursue a soccer career. And once she moved here, she joined the Surf Soccer Club, learned English, went to Torrey Pines, got a scholarship to Stanford, won 2 national championships at Stanford.
Wow.
Got her U.S. Citizenship, so she can now play. She plays for the U.S. national team. Has been playing internationally recently for Chelsea in the women's Premier League, but is now switching from Chelsea to the San Diego Wave, apparently, on a major contract. Just 26 years old.
4 times higher than the previous high, which was $2 million over a couple of years for Trinity Rodman, it looks like. And yeah, $8 million over the next 5. That's awesome. And again, more reasons to go out and see the Wave. 0-1 on the young season. Right now, I saw a highlight over the weekend that blew me away with their keeper, the point blank save
Yeah,
that she made.
Dee, how
Oh
did
my-
she? I had her in
oh my
studio last
God.
week. Really, she's such a nice woman too. She was so excited to see the TV studio. Like
Yeah,
I was going like,
that's right.
I'm
That's
excited.
right.
I mean, she has her own coffee brand and everything. Very cool. Very worthy of supporting, and wish them the best of luck this season.
No doubt.
All right. We've got the WBC championship tonight at 5:00 in Miami. We've got college basketball tonight at 6:15.
These are the play-in games.
Play-in games start today. Well, there's actually two. There's the 16-16 game at like 3:45 or something, and then 6:15 is the better game with the 11 seeds today. So plenty of sports watching. Definitely we're going to probably be focused on the WBC, U.S. versus Venezuela. I think anything but a U.S. win would be pretty shocking in the game today,
Yeah.
but it is baseball, and anything can happen.
As Paulie said, I think they're minus 300. The heavy favorites tonight, Team USA. And, they should get the job done. They really should, based on what they're running out there and what they're
didn't score a lot. Didn't even have a lot of offensive chances. A couple of them against the Dominican Republic, but
it's gonna be fun, man. I mean, did you guys see Acuna last night in the 9th inning in the outfield, weeping openly, like so moved to play for his country. It was awesome, man. It's what this game really should be, and I've just loved every second of this tournament. I think it's been incredible. The content has been riveting.
I can't
Thank
disagree.
you, Mark DeRosa.
I was less enthusiastic than you were going in, but it's a huge win. All right, got to check traffic and then wrap things up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, our St. Patrick's Day morning commute is starting to wind down pretty nicely around the county. Just a couple things I need to mention here. One of them is a crash clearing from the Palm Avenue off-ramp southbound 5 and northbound 5, right before the Coronado Bridge. We have reports of a two-car collision in the center divide. San Diego drivers keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Paulie was pointing out, Tarek Skubal was back with the team yesterday, and apparently he had to drive on his own dime through a rainstorm in the middle of the night to get to Miami.
That's what he said, yeah.
From
so he'll
Lakeland
be there.
or wherever the Tigers.
Is he available?
He is not available. He threw 60.
They took him off the
pitches.
roster, right?
Yeah,
Or is he still on the roster? Because if he's on the roster, he'd be available.
Yeah.
No, he's off the roster.
Off the roster. So they let him in the dugout, or they give him tickets?
No, they let him in the dugout. Yeah, they let
Got
him
a pair
in.
of seats for you down the first baseline.
Now, Jose Altuve was just in the stands yesterday. Was he one of the players who couldn't get insurance? Remember, there were a bunch of Puerto Rican players. Was he also
maybe he was one of those guys
in that boat where he was too old and they would not insure his contract for the Major League Baseball, so they didn't let him play, but wanted to cheer on Team Venezuela last night?
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, he was in his Venezuela jersey, just sitting in the stands.
I guess where I was wrong about this, and we're out of time, but I thought the players didn't really take it that seriously. They thought, it's just fun little exhibition. They all take it so seriously.
They're in tears, like they're crying about
more
it.
than like it feels like regular baseball.
Team USA is the only team where I'm like, I feel like 50% of them don't care, and
50 really
but the rest
care
of
a
the
lot.
teams really care too.
Yeah, it's
All right.
awesome.
That's it for us. Brayton and Frank coming up next for Paulie, for Woods. I'm Ben. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.